What's up, everybody? Good evening. You look kind of surprised at the intro ended, sir.
Yes. Oh, I'm actually working on an email right now because I just received an email. So I wanted to make sure that I did respond back so they know. Uh,
But you got it. I understand. But
yes. So how is everybody tonight?
got AC jacking quarter out the bat. 5 people start the show. I mean,
Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate that. Tonight is a very, very big night.
yes.
And we wanted to start the show a couple minutes early. We know that Josh is going to be on tonight starting at 8 o'clock. He is all ready to go. We are extremely excited to start this. We wanted to make sure everything was up and running and going perfect, and we got everything going that we need to do. Cora, how are you today?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been nervous about this all day.
You're nervous about it, sir. I understand that. That is completely awesome. As I told you before, I told you the story years ago. The very first time I ever walked out onto a national stage with a band, just to set up, I was ready to lose my stomach, and I'm asking where the trash can was because I was like, oh God. And they're like, look, you've already done the hardest part.
Yeah, just getting on stage, I guess.
You're already standing on the stage. You've already done the hardest part. Everything else, look, sir, you've been doing this for a while now. You've been doing an absolutely amazing job. Again, we want to thank everybody for coming in and coming out tonight. We would like to ask everybody that is in chat right now, if you would please share the show out. Because, as we said, we were starting early, make sure everything's going correct. And then at 8 o'clock, we're going to bring Josh in the studio. You guys can ask some questions. And remember, again, with Facebook, as we all know, Facebook does run a couple seconds delay. So if you put up a question and you haven't seen us read it yet, we most likely have read it, but it just takes that couple seconds to kick in. And tonight is on YouTube as well.
Yes. Just Facebook and YouTube, just the Basement Show, no other pages. I know I have a bunch of other pages we could run it on, but I wanted to just make this I guess you can say like a Basement Show exclusive.
Yes, this is Basement Show exclusive tonight, yes.
I guess that's the best way to put it. So, I mean.
So, just a quick breakdown of the schedule tonight. So, you're scheduled tonight. So, from 8 to 9, you're going to have Josh Logan. He is the writer, the director of Relic, the Relic Dragon. There are many, many other movies. If you want, while you're along with us, pull up his IMDb. You can see his projects that he has done, the many different things he has done. He has been production, makeup, producer, special effects, editor, director, sound department, composer, you name it. This man has been there. So he is the inside and out of all of these movies and things that he has worked on. And some of his big movies, Annabelle, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Next Generation. As I had pushed to you guys before, The Relic, which you can see on YouTube. It's about a 15-minute short done back in 2020. And if I'm not mistaken, that was done during the time of the pandemic. So that is something I definitely want to ask him about tonight. During that time period, as you all remember, in 2020, we had COVID. You can all see Miss Grimmin in the background. Tonight, we will have a moderator sitting on side stage with us, actually helping us run with questions.
You mess up, I'm kicking you out. Simple as that.
Oh, there you go. You heard it. Any mess up tonight. That's
I am on
it.
Shark Week. I will kick you out.
I think we'll be all right. I have faith in our chat.
Yes, we do. Just running through here real quick, going down the list. Like I said, there are so many different movies that he's worked on. The makeup department. One of the things the other night that I saw that absolutely just caught me right away, I was watching as he was doing like a reel on his page about the Relic, but he also had discussed about some of his previous stuff. And as it was running across the bottom of the screen, I noticed that he had done some work on Crow Salvation.
Woohoo!
And I was completely like, the Crow series, absolutely probably one of my favorite series of all times. And I watched the TV series, I watched the movies, so yeah, I definitely have it. And I hope you guys brought your questions tonight. But again, Wishmaster, some horror movies. One of the movies that you guys may really know is Halloween Town.
Halloween Town, yeah, that's not a good one.
And that one, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you can catch on Disney Plus right now as well. So The Prophecy 2, 8 heads in a duffel bag, just so many.
Well, he had made a reel like describing all his movies and how much he enjoys making movies. So like he's already enthusiastic about it enough, but then you see the list that he does, and you can just tell he loves making his movies. From up to bottom.
So let's see here. We've got Jackie has said hello. Cora has said hello. Cora. AC says we've got this. Cora says we got this. Jackie shared it. Matthew, hello. How's it going, sir? Thank you for coming in. Going quite well tonight, and we hope you enjoy the show tonight. A special show tonight and tomorrow night. Good movie, great movie, and as we go, we will turn around and we will occasionally throw something up right there on screen, or Miss Grimm will pull that up on screen for us if she sees a comment that she wants to plaster across there.
There you go.
No problem. Get logged in. Make sure that your speakers and your mic are off for me, please. Once you join studio.
That's not what I wanted.
That's not what you wanted. God, that's not our thing. Do I have to send you the link? The worst part is, would I have to send her the link every time I get logged out? She's the one that has to log me back in.
Oh boy.
Do you want me to remember this stuff?
Yeah, right.
Look, I don't remember my name half the time.
Happens.
That is true. It does happen. So, as I said, we are just about at 8 o'clock. I know that Josh is already sitting on side stage. It is 8 o'clock. Why don't we bring him on? Make sure Miss Grimm just joined. So let's bring Mr. Josh M. Logan on the stage. Everybody, please give Josh a warm welcome.
Hi.
Sir, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys? It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to come tonight and speak with us a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Definitely. And we have talked a little bit before tonight, just, getting to know general things. And I do have your IMDb up, which I've told the people if they want to pull up, because there is such an extensive list. To write it all down, we would probably be at least 20 minutes alone just going over every single movie you've worked on.
Yeah, it's a little schizophrenic.
Yeah, but it's definitely a heck of a list. I mean, I don't know if Alan told you about me. My name's Johnny. I started the Basement Show. Alan's my partner in crime with this, so we like to have fun, and we are so appreciative of your time. I mean, I can't wait to hear stories.
Great, thanks. I hope I remember stuff to talk about.
And I Miss Grimm already pointed out, she goes, look on the shelf up over his shoulder. There's all Star Wars figures right there. So there you go, Mr. Nast. You're going to have to come over and you're going to have to watch.
Yeah, this is my nerd den.
One day I will be there. Unfortunately, right now we are in the process of getting ready for moving. So it's kind of like all the stuff has gotten packed up. So, but
I understand.
Yes, and I do apologize if you hear any barking in the background. That would be the mascots of the Basement Show. That would be Luna, my wife's service animal, and then my 175-pound monster is probably in the other room sleeping what she normally does.
This is Siggy. She's tech support, so she'll just be making sure everything's working.
Actually, I do remember seeing the one video he had made. You were talking about how much you love movies,
Yeah.
and you see a tail like, I can't with you right now. I started laughing hysterically.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like I can't do this right now. You can't. You know, some of the movies they have mentioned are awesome. That was Jackie. Ace just watched the Relic today. Fabulous. I can't wait to see it expanded on.
Thanks,
I
AC.
have also watched some of that. Troy says hi, Josh, and Ari says hey, guys.
Hey,
So yeah,
nice to see you all.
He might actually be able to bring up the comments in your top right hand corner. You should see two buttons that says comments and private chat. If you click on comments, you can click on that and see the comments for yourself.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There you go.
So
look at all those people.
Live, we like to interact and we like to have people like mingle with us, as we say. I mean,
yeah, totally.
It just makes it more. It makes it, like, I guess you could say, more impersonal when you have a live audience instead of recording a podcast, because people get the live reactions. You can tune in, listen in, like ask questions, stuff like that. It's more. I'm trying, like I said, personable. I guess is the best way I could put it.
Yeah, it's kind of like we're all hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I basically just pulled up your mini bio on IMDb. So I'm just going to kind of throw some stuff out there to people, let them start hearing on some of the stuff. You're a director, you're a writer, you're a producer. You worked in every position in the movie industry.
Pretty much.
So that
when you start real young, you get a lot of years to make up, as much stuff as change directions and, figure out what you want to do. And turned out I like doing everything. So that's what I've been doing.
I see here that you actually started working backstages in theaters at the age of 12.
Yeah. Zach's got theater in Austin, Texas. I just started volunteering. I wanted to work. I wanted to work in movies from the time I was a little kid. Like I saw Star Wars in the theater. And I mean, before I even knew that I needed a job in life, I wanted to work in movies. Like it was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make movies. And so I was, thinking about it for a long time. And then as I started getting older, looking for opportunities in Austin in the 1980s, there wasn't really a lot of movies coming through. And I was 12. And my dad was like playing guitar at some community theater, and I asked if I could go work backstage. And so from that moment, essentially from that point, I was working 5 days a week, like basically year round at all the different theaters in Austin, taking the city bus. And so from like 12 to 17, I worked in theater, and then, started crossing over into movies wherever I could. I was really into makeup effects, which, I was a child of like the 1980s horror renaissance. So I was way into that stuff. Okay. And so I started out making monsters, and just sort of, so by the time I was 18, I was already like working in movies, and any movie that came through, I would pester the Texas Film Commission to let me get on set somewhere, connect me to the production manager, and I was art department assistant. But yeah, I mean, when you have been working as long as I have, it's an opportunity to work on a lot of different movies and see a lot of things come and go.
Yeah, one of the Troy brought in a question. So what's your favorite movie to produce? So I guess it's same along the line, horror, romance. Yeah, your different genre. What
romance?
Yeah, I mean,
I've if what you mean is like which genre is my favorite to produce, when it comes to producing, I mean, I really try and direct what I'm producing and be a little bit more creatively involved. It's not very common for me to like put a project together with a director. I'm not opposed to it, and I've done it a little bit, but I really try and stay, at the front of the creative wherever I can. That doesn't always mean I can, but I'm more on the creative side even when I'm not directing. So even when I'm editing or helping a DP or variety of other positions. But in terms of producing, I actually like producing anything. I love all movies. I love all genres. And, I tend to connect more to horror and to folklore and adventure. Like that's kind of my personal place to be. But in terms of producing, like I love being on set. I love helping other people make their movies. I love seeing other people's visions come to life and try and figure out how to get, like, how to help them get to their best image and try and fulfill their vision. So yeah, I love everything about it. I love being on set. I love post-production. I love shaping stories. I love reading people's scripts. Like, it's just telling stories is what it's all about for me. So I guess the short answer is I love producing everything.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things I will say. I did enjoy, because we'll each take different parts in the basement show, and we'll produce different shows, and it's definitely been a different behind scenes thing for me. This was something I never did before I came over here. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this is how this works. Before it was, here's a script, here's our schedule, this is what we're doing. That was my extent of it. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
you definitely stepped out of your comfort zone when you came over here compared to where you were at before. I mean,
that is true. Let's see. Aria said, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I'm always excited to learn about behind the scenes and hearing people's stories. And Ari, I've seen Ari's page. I know that she does quite a bit. She goes out. She very interactive with the stuff that she does. AC, another person, she is on Monday nights with Mr. Nast in the movie room.
Oh, cool.
History with makeup effects. How much physical creature work did you build for the Relic Dragon versus EFX? Also, are Leatherface rumors true?
Okay, well, the first part of that, at least, is I mean, I come from a physical effects background, so I did makeup effects for a long time, and my producing team, like my core team, Matt Folletta and Roger Nall, we are old school makeup effects people. So Roger actually comes from production design, and he's an A-list VFX guy, but the three of us have a very like physical, tangible sensibility. And so we try and do everything physically that we possibly can, and only lean on CG if we absolutely need it. But we lean on miniatures, we lean on photographed elements. So all of the creature stuff in the Relic short is all practical, it's all physical. And there are a few moments where we're compositing elements together, like when the face stretches open and some of the transformation stuff. We shot elements against a green screen and then composited them together. But we all really feel like it's like practical effects and having actual physical things in a movie just connects an audience to it better. I mean, we've reached a point in technology now where we can make anything possible. We can make anything that you can think of, anything you can dream or imagine, you can make absolutely photographically real. And after a while, I think we're hitting kind of a point in filmmaking where that's boring. Like it's not like we know we can do anything, so we know we can smash these cities, we know we can destroy the universe and make it look absolutely physically real. And I think you just kind of lose some creativity with that. When you know that you can make anything look absolutely real, it stops being interesting. So I think that we start leaning back towards more practical, physical things that we built, because it's kind of the flaws, I think, that give it character. And we've got to start leaning more into storytelling and not relying so much on spectacle, because again, spectacle, when we know that we can create all this stuff and all we have to do is throw money at it, then it stops being interesting. It stops holding attention. So when we started from the very beginning, we were like, we want to do as much practical as we absolutely can. And that's just kind of a tenet that we've held to through all of our short films and now into the Relic Dragon feature. Everything in it is absolutely real. We shot miniatures, we shot giant Bon Raku puppets, we shot giant rod puppets against green screens, and we're compositing stuff into background, and we're doing matte paintings and stuff, but we're trying to keep it as traditional as possible. I just think it draws an audience in a little bit more when you know that you really had to, when you really had to work for that shot. It wasn't just plug another $100 million into Industrial Light and Magic. I think it comes out better from a storytelling point of view. So yeah, all of the stuff in the Relic short film is real. And there's a series on Instagram that is that it shows how we made it. So it's the monster in that is all made out of bubble wrap and trash bags,
I saw that.
with like a PVC frame.
That
So
was amazing. I was like, wow, that it's just awesome because the one spot, I guess you guys were walking it in the warehouse. I guess you.
Oh, and Dragon, yeah.
Yeah, and Dragon, you guys were walking it in the warehouse going, I guess, to wherever it was going. And I'm like, it's just mind blowing because a lot of times, like you said, a lot of places, a lot of companies now are like, well, let's just CGI this because, it's going to be quicker and in the long run, it's going to be maybe cheaper, but we don't have to worry about replicating it.
It's never cheaper, never cheaper, but it can be what they would call better. And when people get too obsessed, I think, with making things look too slick and too perfect, they start to lose reality because there's something about your brain that knows you can't film that. Like, you're putting cameras in impossible places, you're shooting things that could never happen, you could never stage anything to actually do that under any circumstances. And I think there's just kind of a part of your brain that detaches from it.
Okay, I wanted to go back up because we got another question. This one is for Cora. Hi, Josh. How was it working on the Annabelle movie?
That there's an interesting story about Annabelle. I didn't address AC's comments about the Leatherface rumors are true, and
Right.
I would need some clarification on that because I don't know what the Leatherface rumors are necessarily, other than if the Leatherface rumor is that everyone on planet Earth has played Leatherface at some point or another. That part is true. I've joked with my fellow Leatherface players as I've run into them kind of throughout the years that we should have a convention of everyone that's played Leatherface. Either it's stunt work or effects work, or we everyone that's worked on the movie and from an effects standpoint has played Leatherface at some point. And I think it'd be funny to just have a guys who played Leatherface convention. So if anyone wants to set that up, I'm in. Got your first guest.
There you go. I might have something. I may actually have something there. So, as I said, Cora was asking about the Annabelle movie.
Yes. Oh, yeah. AC just answered. I heard you stood in as Leatherface. Yeah, it's me. I play Leatherface at the very end of the movie when Renee gets chased, or she runs from the RV scene. Robbie's knees weren't very good, and he couldn't run, so we were roughly the same size. So I put on the makeup and got to be Leatherface chasing the RV, and then on the side, when the wrecker shows up and Leatherface is strapped to the side of it, the first half of that is me. The second half is not me. That's even another stunt guy because I had to do other stuff that day. But yes, I did play Leatherface in some of the key scenes, but only because Robbie couldn't physically do the work. So I was essentially a stunt double.
You were also, to build onto that, you had discussed in your reel with the Passion of the Christ that was actually your hand being amplified.
Yeah, it was. my big claim to fame. I worked on that movie for almost 18 months, and I started in research and development in the effects department. And it was just me and like 3 other dudes at the very beginning, because the way Mel wanted to do it, and keep in mind, this was 2002. So it was very early in like the digital effects ideas. And so what we were trying to do was figure out what would be most interesting or what would be best to do as makeup effects, and what would be best to do as digital effects, and then what would be best to be a combination. So we did tons of research and development trying to figure out, the main gags from the movie. And so we tried like a forced perspective hand. We tried all these different ways to do that particular effect. And the best way that we figured out was to shoot when we shot on set. Jim's hand was down inside the cross. The cross was made of fiberglass, and so his hand was down inside a hole. So it was really just his wrist here. And then in visual effects, like a year later, we shot my hand in the same position, and then we shot just a hand element, and then we shot the spike element, and then we shot the blood element, and we composited all those together. So it ends up looking like one seamless shot, but the ropes that go around his wrist were kind of the joining point. But I ended up being the hand, so that was cool. And then you asked about Annabelle.
Annabelle.
So Annabelle was an experiment with Warner Brothers because they had this Conjuring universe and they were looking over at what Blumhouse was doing and going, how do we make movies with those kind of returns? They didn't know how to do it. Like they're Warner Brothers. Like they make 30, 40, 50, 300 million dollar movies. They don't make, $5 or $6 million movies. So they assembled a little team and kind of like a little experiment group, and I was supervising post-production for the studios at the time, and a lot of what I was working on was like under $10 million independent movies. And the woman that runs post-production got my name from somewhere, and we had a meeting, and she was like, hey, so we're going to do 2 horror movies back to back. We're going to shoot them simultaneously. We're going to cut them simultaneously. We're going to essentially experiment with the Blumhouse model and see if it works. And so they brought me in to supervise those movies because they were doing them at the same time. And she basically said, like, we don't know how to do that. So tell us what the budget needs to be. Tell us how do we work in this environment? So they figured out their stuff on the production end, and I figured out stuff on the post end. And when we put the project together, we realized that it was going really well. And so I ended up focusing on Annabelle, and then they brought in another post supervisor to manage the other movie. The other movie is a movie that did get dumped onto streaming at some point. It was called something in the walls or something like that. Crawl Space, something like that. It was
Okay.
it was a movie about people that move into a house and there's a creepy guy who lives in the walls. And that movie just like crashed and burned. It was like the executives were coming in all the time. They ended up having to kind of ask the director to step away so they could finish it. But Annabelle was going great. So we ended up, we tested it, and it tested just like through the roof. And so we ended up shooting a little bit more. We did like 3 weeks, I think, of pickup shooting to add a few more scares in it. Because the original story was like, it was all there, but it just needed a little bit more of an amp up. So we did like a 3-week reshoot, and they put a little bit more money into it. So they kind of broke their model a little bit. Like they had one that died, and then they had one that they were going to try and do the Blumhouse model, but then ended up spending more money to make it better. But clearly that was a good investment because it did pretty well. But John Leonetti, the director, is really one of the kindest, like legendarily kindest people you will ever meet in your entire life. He's just super cool, like insanely creative, brilliant photographer, wonderful director, and just like could not have been a nicer person. So my experience on that movie was really excellent, mostly because of him. And the rest of the crew was awesome too. The assistant editor and the editor and our post staff are just really excellent people. So it was a great experience, and it turned out really well. I have a great picture of me with the Annabelle doll.
I was gonna say, did they actually tell you like the folklore story behind the Annabelle doll? How like a Raggedy Ann doll? How like she's supposed to be like possessed? Or did they warn you and not to touch it? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I did that research myself because I just like that kind of stuff. But all the people that are making the movie generally are like, we're making a movie. We don't care what the real story is. We'll leave that for the fans.
Ari said she just learned about force perspective with photography this year. Super fun. That was a lot of fun learning with filming. So I'm looking here at some of your previous. Okay. Now, you're a guy, so I got to ask, is it more fun building the creatures or playing pyrotechnics?
Oh. Pyro is really fun. I learned how to do it when I was still in Texas. I mean, I learned the basics of it from some really cool special effects guys in Texas that I was working with. When I was working in Texas, I mean, in Austin specifically in the 1980s and early 90s, before I moved to LA, was really like I did anything I possibly could to not have a real job. So anything that was entertainment related, like I wanted to be qualified to do that. So I worked as a rigger for like passing through rock shows, and did a lot of stagehand work. I ran Spotlight, I ran light boards. I worked on this was also in a weird area of transition in video games because there's a lot of technology in Austin, and so there was this company called Origin Systems that created the Ultima games, and they also did the Wing Commander games. And as like computer technology was starting to transition from all 2D to all 3D, there was a little narrow window in like 1993-94 where they shot physical actors on sets wearing costumes to do their cutscene stuff because they had the technology to capture the digital stuff and be able to play it, as you know, once they compressed it all the way down to 260p or something like that. But they found that was actually more effective than shooting stuff with 3D animation because it still took so long and was so expensive to do. So Wing Commander 3 kind of famously shot a $35 million movie on 35 millimeter film for their cutscenes starring Mark Hamill and John Rhys Davies and so they essentially shot a movie on film that they used as cutscenes in between the playing where you'd be playing the games. So I worked for Origin Systems building their props and armor and anything that they needed for those games. I built lots of different costumes, and that's actually where I started learning pyro because they needed scenes where there were people shooting at them, like people are running through. So I was like, how do I make sparks come out of a wall? So I got a high explosives license, and this was this was like the early 90s when you could basically just like sign a form and someone would come by and say, are you a real person? And they'd touch you and say, okay, you're a real person, here's your high explosives license. And again, it's Texas, so you can kind of do what you want.
Things are always bigger and better in Texas, they said.
Exactly. So pyro was one of those things that I learned how to do just so that I could keep working and not get a real job. But it's stressful. But when you get a pyro effect that just comes off well, there's no bigger high than blowing something up. Blowing something up, and blowing something up is always fun, but when you get to blow it up in a very controlled way and it does exactly what you wanted it to, it's a very gratifying feeling.
So I'm actually taking notes. Must get licensed. That's what the
Yes, definitely get licensed. It's much, much harder now, and it should be.
Yes, I actually years ago got my hazmat license after, and the going through that, I was like, I don't think I went through this much to actually be born. Like you went through state government, because I was doing for the government. So it was like they wanted blood and everything on that.
I'm sure. Yeah. You mentioned the crow though, and that actually was my last pyro job. The last thing I blew up in a controlled situation was the helicopter in that Crow movie. I didn't do the makeup effects, but we did this one effect where we blew up a model helicopter, and there was a guy named Tom Renoni, who's unfortunately gone now, but he was in the 90s. He was kind of like the go-to makeup effects supervisor, and they called him a supervisor, but really what he did was he put effects crews together to flesh out all the effects for a movie. So he'd hire one shop to do a certain system of gags, and then he'd hire another shop to do another system of gags. And so he did like Lord of Illusions. He did a lot of pretty decent sized movies, and he was a little off his rocker. But he wanted to do he was absolutely bent on having a helicopter explosion in this movie.
Yeah,
and he knew that I did pyro. I mean, we knew each other from makeup effects, but he knew that I also did pyro. And so we concocted this plan completely unpermitted, where we would blow up this model helicopter. Model helicopter was 5 feet tall. We'd shoot it against green screen inside our effects warehouse. And then it was I want to have a car sitting outside waiting for me, because if anyone calls, we were across the street from the Van Nuys airport. And so we're going to blow up a helicopter. And it was I want a car waiting because I'm going to hit that button and I'm going to get the hell out of there. So we did this whole thing. He paid me in advance. It was totally under the table. No one called. No one cared. But I got to, that was actually one of my favorite explosions. I got to really focus on the gas bags inside the model and at what's when they would explode in relation to each other. And it all worked. It looked really good. And then Roger, who was our VFX guy, composited that against the background, and like, you know, did the flying rotor, the Yondibont thing that flies into the camera. Yeah, that was the last thing I blew. The last time I blew anything up.
It was. It's definitely awesome. And like I said, I saw that, and I'm like, ooh, just to work in that series alone had to be just something extremely special. I mean, granted, we all know that Brandon lost his life in the first one, and you had City of Angels, which I am very huge to the first one, but City of Angels is very, very, as we had discussed, very close to me personally.
Yeah.
On a personal aspect. And then I saw Salvation, which I was like, you always see about the other movies, but you never see anything about Salvation. I'm like, it's right there. I gotta pull that one up, because that one, if I'm not mistaken, was also where they got the idea for the TV series, which was the gentleman from Iron Chef. He actually played the Crow in the TV series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was. I would catch it every Saturday when I went into work. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing to do today. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to watch this. But the thing with his makeup is, his Crow makeup, it would appear when he was when he was just walking around normally, that makeup, those marks not there. But only when he was kind of like Incredible Hulk, you know, he's in a bad mood, and woof, here it comes, full blast. I got one here. This one I like. The Relic was set in a cabin in Nepal. The Relic Dragon is going to be set in Texas, freezing to hot. What made you want to change the environment so dramatically, and do you feel the different setting will increase the dread with feel from the first film?
That was the Relic short film started out as really as an experiment, because I wasn't like, I'd made some short films before, but I hadn't really done a horror film, like a really straight up monster movie, which is what I always wanted to do. And you know, cosmic horror is very close to my heart, and it's also something that's really easy to screw up, and I was really nervous to do it. And we put together the team, and then the pandemic hit, and then we kind of went down for a couple of months, and then we kind of figured out how to we decided to make it an experiment in how we could still be creative even during a pandemic and be safe about it. So when things started opening up again and we started kind of figuring out how to deal with it, that was one of the first things that we put together. Like we worked really hard we put together our own white paper, like before IATSE even had one. We were one of the first film permits issued by SAG. Right before, like, we were like among the first productions approved by them when things started opening up again. So we made that part of our priority. And so, you know, even with kind of the deck stacked against us, it went really well, and it was a wonderful team of people, and everything that we got was amazing, because everyone was so bored. Everyone I asked said yes. So like every A-list person that I knew that I'd worked with in the past said, yeah, dude, let's do something cool. And so the Relic short ended up being a product of that. And as I kind of sat in it and started working with it a little bit more, and once it started getting some really good festival responses, I started building a universe around it, because cosmic horror has always been something that I've been super interested in. And the great thing about cosmic horror is that it can happen anywhere. It can happen in a cabin in Nepal. It can happen in the Middle Ages. It can happen on Mars. Like, you know, you can put cosmic horror anywhere. So I started writing a bunch of stories that were connected to the Relic by mythology, not necessarily by characters. So one of the things that I really focused on was trying to both write a feature script that could attach itself directly to the short film, because that's the first thing agents and managers ask, like, okay, where's the feature script? So I put that together, and then I started writing other films in the Relic universe that were all different budget levels, because you kind of never know, like, where are you going to land with what budgets are available, and you know, it changes all the time. So I wrote super low budget ones, and I wrote very expensive ones. And so the location, like from the cabin to Texas, wasn't really, I'm not really like moving the same characters there. It's starting over each time. The Relic as a franchise is driven by an object of some kind that appears or exists somewhere on planet Earth that serves essentially as a gateway to somewhere else. And we don't necessarily know where that somewhere else is, but we do know that object, whatever it is, affects us deeply as humans and causes reactions and causes things, causes us to do things we wouldn't do otherwise. Sometimes it reveals something wonderful and sometimes it reveals something evil. So this one in particular, I set in Texas because I moved to Texas. I moved back to Texas. I grew up in Austin, moved to LA in 96, worked in Hollywood for 26 years and said, you know what, I need to figure out how to do this a different way. And so we moved back to Texas in 22. And so I'm here in my grandparents' bedroom, if you will. I inherited my family house in San Marcos, just south of Austin. And I moved back with the intention of how do I build a film community here and see what it's like to make movies in Texas. And it was 100% the best decision I've made in my career. I went from, LA is a town that wants to tell you no, desperately, deeply wants to tell you no until you pull their arm and force them to say yes through whatever variety of interrogation techniques you might be inflicting upon them, like big cast members. They can't say no to that. So you got to twist their arm and say, I got a big cast member. But if you don't have that leverage, you're not making a movie in Hollywood. So it's, for all the stops and starts for 15 years of, getting meetings and starting up projects, and then something would unravel it. I mean, most movies fall apart. It's a miracle anytime any movie gets made ever. I mean, it is a straight up miracle of timing and resources all lining it like this exact moment in which that piece of art is possible. But I come back to Austin and start working in the film community here, and I'm going to help other people make their movies and first ADing and just kind of getting to know people. And, I'm saying, hey, I'm thinking about putting a feature together. And they're like, you want to shoot this weekend? And I was like, okay, guys, like, let's slow down a little bit. But I just found this like amazingly deep and rich creative community. And it's a community of yes. They're like, anything that I would throw at these people, they would just be, let's figure out how to do that because it's cool. Like, and that was the only reason. Like, we had a super limited budget, but I wanted to write the movie to take place in Texas because that's my resource when I'm here. So I started looking into different aspects of mythology connected to Texas and history connected to Texas, and brought history and mythology together into the Relic Dragon.
And we got a question from Troy. Is that supposed to be another? I think he's saying, is there supposed to be another Annabelle coming out? Do you know? And if you do, sometimes you can't actually say yes or no.
I do not know. I've been disconnected from that franchise since the first one. So they went on to make Annabelle Creation, which I actually think is the best of that series. I think Annabelle Creation is really like genuinely scary. And the director of that is just absolutely brilliant. But no, I haven't been involved in Annabelle in a long time.
Ari has said that you should consider bringing some horror here to Astoria in Oregon.
I am totally down for that. I love Astoria. I made a little pilgrimage because of Goonies, of course. When I was shooting Halloween Town, we were shooting just north of Portland, and in a town called St. Helens. And at one weekend, I just took one of our rental cars and just decided to tool around. So I made my pilgrimage to Astoria and, Haystack Rock and all the different Goonies places, and absolutely just like breathtaking.
Yeah, my department. I've been here 3 years in a row now. So I'm trying not to.
3 years in a row. You just went out for the 40 for short
41st
circuit.
Union and the 40th to short circuit, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, everybody's, you got to come out, and I'm like, I don't fly. I try. I don't fly. Relic Universe sounds intriguing. Do you have plans to expand beyond Dragon? And that's from AC.
Oh, yeah. I got lots of plans. I've got several different sequel options launching off of Relic Dragon, and then I've got 5 other stories. I've got 2 scripts that are pretty much ready to go, different budget levels, and then 3 other stories that are pretty well fleshed out. So, yeah, I definitely have a lot of plans for the Relic universe. I haven't had time to to start putting them up on the website because I've been so just buried in social media for the last 3 or 4 months.
And Jackie said, well, AC says that him and her were just out there. Jackie says Halloween Town is absolutely amazing, great movie.
Thanks. Yeah, that was another really great show. I mean, talk about just like creative freedom. That was one of those. It was a movie where Disney hired us to build all of the creatures and the big jack o' lantern at the center of town. So the shot that I was working at, we got to do all the creatures, and it was basically just like make a bunch of cool stuff, like just make a bunch of monsters and don't make them too scary. So I mean, we had a ton of people, a bunch of sculptors coming in and a bunch of painters, and we all kind of got to take our pet projects, and then I got to go to set, and Benny was the guy that I built, so that was the place that I focused. So I designed all the animatronics and sculpted it, and then puppeteered him on set. And it was it's been really cool lately. Like I when you're working in movies, you're just kind of going from job to job. I mean, we're all just kind of transient journeymen, and so we're like, you get a job and you do a thing, and then it goes out and the movie comes out and you're like, okay, that was cool. But then 25 years later, you have people coming up to you going, oh man, I saw that movie when I was a kid, and like that sparked my interest in horror. Like it changed my life. Or people had so many wonderful stories about Benny, because I've been doing some conventions this year to promote the movie, and when we start talking about Halloween Town, it's really it's been so cool. It's kind of makes you feel like you've done something with your life when people are like, yeah, I saw that movie when I was a little kid, and that's why I love movies now. And it's like, I had a movie like that where I saw a movie, and that's why I love movies. And so it's really been cool to see, deeper into my years that it's been that for some people, and so I feel very makes me feel good about myself.
Now, I know that you just did, if I'm not mistaken, not that long ago, you guys did basically like a Monster Con type of thing, Comic Con type of thing down in Texas.
Yeah, we did Frightmare.
That was it. Thank you. Would you guys ever consider doing Monster Mania, which is something that's around here on the East Coast?
Oh,
they get
yeah,
a lot
totally.
Of like Robert Englund, the one year Matthew, Matt Laird was there. They've had Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. They get a lot of different people, but I mean, I know that would be something that people out here would love to see.
Yeah, totally. I mean, if you know the folks that run it, then connect me to them. I'd be happy to talk to them about it.
I will send you Dave's information.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I mean, I love traveling, and I love the conventions are a relief for me, because again, it's a really hard time for independent film right now, and there's a lot of people that are saying no, and a lot of people saying, well, if you don't have Sydney Sweeney or Brad Pitt in your movie, no one wants to see it. And then I go to conventions, and I've got hundreds of people coming through watching our trailer and saying, like, how can we see this movie? And so there's just kind of a disconnect between what I'm experiencing in at these conventions and what distributors are telling me. So as much as we can spread the word and like connect directly to audiences, I mean, it's just a blast to like hang out with, like, the minute we get our booth set up and the doors open, I just feel like, these are our people. Yes, come on, like, let's talk about movies. It's so much fun.
Well, we've as you know, we were able to contact you through Jesse.
Yeah.
He had sent us the press release, so we have seen a lot of the pictures that will be in the movie, and we have the long trailer, and I'll constantly put it on the big TV and go, I'm going to watch this for now, at least until the movie's coming out, so I can
oh, thank you.
But no, it's definitely something I know a lot of us are waiting, and big anticipation waiting to see this movie when it comes out.
Yes, AC, give me Richard Kiel any day, 100%.
And she just met Toby up in Astoria. He's in
Toby Froud.
Yep. Yeah, she was totally geeking out, and I know what she's saying. I knew it for a fact she was. She literally actually hand crocheted a replica of the baby doll from Labyrinth for Toby himself.
Oh wow, that's cool.
She is amazing with her crocheting. She actually sent, when Mr. Nast went out and he came back, he brought back, she crocheted, because I'm very big with Saw. So she did the jigsaw puppet for me, so he sits right on top of the gaming console.
Oh, that's cool.
Whenever I'm not doing well, I look at him and go, "This is your fault. You know this, right?"
You know, I know Tobin Bell from the way back. We did a movie together in Thailand, and we stayed friends for a long time. And you know, the friends, like, you know, we'd hang out when we see each other, and then, you know, we'd bounce on movie ideas around before. Like, this is pre-Saw, and then I went to go see the first Saw, and of course, the whole reveal at the end of the movie is the guy that's been running it has been the corpse that's sitting there in the room the whole time. And I had no idea he was in this movie, and then he turned over and it was like, and the killer is Tobin Bell. Oh my god. So he is really just like such an incredibly cool dude. And I got him a movie that I produced called Manson Family Vacation. I was lucky enough to get him involved in that, and I think that was really one of his favorite roles, because he got to play someone that was completely disconnected from the Saw franchise, and he really got to act, and he was great in the movie. So it was really fun to work with him. He's now, I think he's pretty well retired. He was actually at Frightmare when we were there, but we weren't able to connect because he got tired pretty quick. So he's pretty well retired, I think, in New York. I think upstate New York, close to his son. But he's a super nice guy, and I'm so glad for his success. And it's got to be just so wild when, you know, you work in the industry for 30 or 40 years as an actor, and then, like, when you're in your late 50s or early 60s, something you do blows up like that. You're like, you know, getting to experience that as in the later part of your life.
That is one of the things that AC and Mr. Nass can tell you, that because on Monday nights when they do the movie room, they'll pick like a certain
Genre.
like a certain genre of movie, and then they'll have like trivia, and then at the end of the month, whoever wins would be the movie maven for next month. They get to come on, talk about a movie that they want to talk about. And I haven't won because every answer I answer always is Saw. Doesn't matter. Best Christmas movie, Saw.
That's his way of poking fun at our show.
Best second Christmas movie, Saw 2.
He's out of control sometimes, but
I am the chaos to this show.
That's good. It keeps it rolling, keeps it interesting.
That is true. I am the one that tries to pull all the stunts and then goes, "Yeah, I'll take that suspension now. I'll take the suspension for 2 weeks." And you know, let's see, what did Troy put? I like your collection to the right of you on your bookshelf.
so you probably sees the Star Wars stuff.
Is that the Star Wars stuff you're seeing, Troy?
Those things.
I think.
Yeah, I don't really collect much, but once the 6-inch 40th anniversary Star Wars figures started coming out, I was like, I have to have these. That's just like, you know, I don't have room for large collections, and you know, I like to have things out. It doesn't make me happy to have big collections of stuff and put them in boxes and just know I've got them. I got a few of them, and then I realized that the reason I love them so much is because they're kind of proportionally scaled to me as an 8-year-old boy when I would pull them off the shelf in the 80s when I was buying them. And so it's like, it's a scale. Not only does it look like, I mean, all the figures are so well made, and they look like we wanted them to look in the 80s. Like they actually look like that, and they're to scale. So it's like, you know, I pick it up and I'm 8 years old again. So I got I think I've got them all. Pretty sure I've got them all, including the kind of like hard to get collectors ones.
We're both from that time era. You were
same generation.
73. So yeah,
I grew up in the 90s. I guess I don't count.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my biggest thing. Probably the first time that I really ever got to go and see a movie. My father took me on opening night to the very first Star Wars.
Wow. Opening night?
Opening night when it came out. And I'm
Wow.
looking at this screen and I'm going, what is this? This doesn't look like anything at home. And I'm just back and forth and back.
Hmm.
And I was good up until the Darth Vader struck Obi-Wan down. And at that point, no, there was no more Darth
Yeah.
Vader. At that age, Darth Vader, you got to go, dude. But I am a very, very huge horror. But Star Wars, I have taken all of my kids, because I have 3 older from a previous marriage. Every opening night of Star Wars,
Mm.
I have gone and kept it as
Oh,
a tradition. So
that's such a great tradition.
I'm kind of leery about the new ones coming out because we are now going to the newer section. I mean, we're not really talking anybody anymore unless you're going to have, Mark Hamill come back as as a Force ghost, but you really don't. It's really not what it was. So I don't know if the next 3 are going to be something our generation will really enjoy. Maybe the newer generation, but I don't know so much about us.
Yeah, they're just, I mean, like everything else beautiful in this world, it gets overcapitalized, and then they're making too many of them. They're not paying attention. They're just like, how can we generate as much product as possible and burn it out until no one wants to see it anymore, and then they'll trash it and come up with something new. And the Disney's doing that to everything right now. Like they're the live action films. It's like, well, everything makes $1 billion. We got to make it as fast as we can, and you're just wearing people out. Like one of the things that was so great is that they were special. Like they would come out every 2 or 3 years and then you'd get excited about it. But when you're constantly immersed in Star Wars and, there's more series going on right now than I can keep up with, like I just physically don't have time to watch it all. And so at that point, I'm just like, well, then it's no longer special and I no longer care.
One of my favorite characters. And like I said, I've seen all the original. I've seen them all. One of my favorite characters was Darth Maul.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched the series that they just did on Disney, and I was actually disappointed with it. Because, I mean, it was great that, they did the story, but now I'm like, well, wait a second. This wasn't like this, so they had to have pulled this out of someplace else, like maybe the canon, and I'm going, yeah, I guess it works, but it doesn't really come into play.
Yeah.
I know I saw a couple more here. Like he worked on The Dentist 2, Wishmaster 3. That whole series was a huge series. But one of the other ones I saw, Species: The Awakening.
Yeah.
Now, makeup effects supervisor.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because I know that is another big series, because you had the Species 2, 3, 4. I think they're up to like 6 now.
Are they? Oh my God.
I think they're up to like 6, and I'm going, did I see this one or didn't I see this one? But I know I saw this one, and it was definitely a great movie. What was that one like to work with?
It was an interesting show because it was kind of a resurrection of the Species series, for no money, of course, because that's what you do. After you get to the 4th sequel, I mean, I worked on a lot of 4s. If you look at my credits, you can see like if a horror franchise got to its 4th iteration in my generation, not the stuff from the 80s, but I worked on a lot of 4s. Children of the Corn 4, Chainsaw 4, lots and lots of 4s. And so this was Species 4, and they brought me in to do makeup effects and visual effects as a combined department. Because that was still like, that's what we did on The Passion of the Christ. And then we did the same thing on Apocalypto. And the system worked really, really well, where we had makeup effects and visual effects people working together as the same department in the same place. And so Species 4 was my first foray into building that department myself, rather than through the shop that I was at before, Captive Audience, because Captive Audience folded. And so I kind of took the idea out to some lower budget places, and they went for it. So Species 4 was me combining that department. So we had a makeup effects supervisor and a visual effects supervisor that I supervised both of them. So we built everything, we shot everything, and then we did the visual effects for the rest of the movie. And honestly, it's some of the work I'm most proud of. Like, I'm really, really proud of what we pulled off, especially because we had a really low budget and a very short shooting schedule. But I was really, really happy with a lot of the stuff that we put together. And then right after, or as we were finishing that in post production, we started, like, they were the production company at MGM was doing 2 movies back to back, and the next one was I Know Who Killed Me, starring Lindsay Lohan. And so it was like, her return back to the screen after being, kind of ejected from Hollywood. She had to buy her own insurance for the movie. And I actually really liked the script, and so we did kind of the same thing for that movie. And the stuff we built for I Know Who Killed Me I mean, that was more or less the last time I worked in makeup effects. That's when I transitioned more to post production. But I was super proud of some of the stuff we made for that movie. Like, it was just really clean, felt really good, it came off really well on screen, and the movie unfortunately kind of doesn't hold together as well as I think the script did. But I was really proud of that stuff.
And then I just want to bring this up real quick for everybody that is in chat. AC put this, which one of the things they said, for everyone in chat, if you want to check out the Relic short, and as I said, it's about 16 minutes, I believe. You can find it on YouTube, the Relic Alter. Type it in just like that. It'll come up. If you have any questions or anything, please reach out to me. I can show you exactly, or reach out to AC.
Also, as a note to that, if you watch it with Alter, they're going to give you commercials, which I am super annoyed by. Okay. It's 14 minutes, and like, guys, can we not have a commercial like randomly in the middle of this movie while we're building tension? Like, I'm happy it's successful. Alter treated us very well. I love those guys. I love their channel. But if you would like to watch it without commercials, on the relicuniverse.com, our website for Dragon, the short film is also hosted there. So there's a tab for the short film, and you can watch it uncompressed and without commercials. So okay. Definitely patronize Alter. They're a great series. They're a great system, but I was really annoyed by the commercial in the middle of the short.
Yeah, that's where I ended up finding it originally, because I was like, where can I'm like searching everything and looking at everything. And I'm like, you know what, let me just try. And I went into YouTube, and they're like, it comes up this way. And I'm like, okay. And then you're right, the commercial. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, like 14 minutes, guys. Come on. Like, let's play the commercial afterward. So, Kevin, I see that you say you pay for YouTube. So if you pay for YouTube, you don't get commercials on anything you watch on YouTube? That's good to know. I'm glad about that.
Let me see. Yeah, so no advertisements. I don't believe, because I have YouTube Premium, and on YouTube Premium there is no commercials, but I actually got a commercial during that. And I just don't know if it was, maybe that day it slipped through or something, but let's see. Can you all drop all those links?
You got the link for him, so.
Yes. Let's see. There's the link for it. There is the link right there. As you said, I have been checking out the Relic Universe. Extremely excited about this. I know that I have been asked, and I don't know.
Thanks, AC.
If you're allowed to say anything, but how long can we say before it comes out?
We're about 2 months away from finishing the movie, so we're still finishing our visual effects. So we should be done with it in the next month and a half, something like that. And then we're hoping for a good genre festival premiere this fall. So, we're entered in a bunch of genre festivals, and if that goes, then we'll kind of put off any wider release until we do a little festival run. But we've been experimenting with a lot of different distribution possibilities, because it's the Wild West out there right now. Like, the conventional model of distribution is essentially imploded, and the sales estimates that they're giving us are just like, why would we take that deal. Like, you know, it's just the market for independent films is very, very weird right now. It's the worst it's been really in my generation. And so at the same time, it's never been more possible for a movie like ours to go directly to an audience, which is why we've been doing conventions. It's like, can we actually make this a successful film by bringing it straight to the audiences we made it for? And so that's what we've really been kind of digging into for the last several months, doing conventions, just kind of seeing how quickly we can grow our subscriber base for our newsletter and our followers on Instagram. Like, can we, you know, get it up to a substantial enough number to be able to prove to conventional distribution that people do want to see this movie, and it's not just going to get, you know, buried into the Tubi archives. So I'm not sure exactly where we're going to release yet. We may end up doing like we've been talking a lot about doing a kind of a theater tour, like taking a month and going to 10 or 15 different cities and playing it for audiences and kind of building some word of mouth that way. But if anyone who's listening wants to go to the relicuniverse.com, sign up for our newsletter. We'll keep everyone informed as to what's going on with the movie, where you can see it. Follow us on Instagram and all that stuff. And, you know, we're the Relic Universe on pretty much all the social medias. So wherever your poison is, follow along there, and we will let everyone know when and where you can watch the movie.
Definitely. And we will, Mr. Nast, if you will, put that link up on the main page for us. We'll get that up on the page, and we will continue to push that out for you, because, again, I know that we are all excited for this. Like I said, I have been sitting here going through your entire list of stuff on your IMDb. I am in your self section right now, and you've got Dead Talk Live, The Dentist, and If Looks Could Kill, The Return of Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, that was the documentary.
If you had to choose one of those three as your favorite, what would you say would be your favorite
of the ones in which I am myself?
Yes.
I think the Chainsaw documentary is really interesting. I don't love myself in the Chainsaw documentary because I was 19. I had no idea what I was doing. So I think I watch myself in that and just feel like a total idiot. But I think it is interesting to see where Kim started with it and what his idea was and how he put it together. Because it was a pretty unusual movie and a pretty unusual perspective. And I think, as far as like the Chainsaw lexicon goes, I think it really stands out as being a completely different kind of movie than any of the others. I mean, all the others are essentially remakes of the first movie. And this one kind of is, but also has a perspective on it that is very, very different than anyone else has ever explored. So I would say, just for like historical value, I think that documentary is really interesting.
Awesome. Sir, we greatly appreciate. An hour just went by so quick.
So fast. I'm like, when are we getting started?
We're already greatly appreciate it. We appreciate you joining with us. We'd love to have you come back again sometime if you got
absolutely
come back
anytime.
I know there is so much more that we can get into, but we want to definitely thank you for joining us, coming in tonight. If it is okay, at some point we are going to show a trailer.
Yeah.
If that is all right with you, we would like
sure.
to ask, just as we talked about what I did for the milestone of everything. Yeah, I have to finish that. I will send you pictures of that once I finish that relic tattoo that I did. So.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm seriously honored. Thank you.
As I said, the honor is all mine. It's a very big milestone that I myself have come up on, and there was no better way. I'm like, you know what? This would really mark that milestone for me. So yeah. I am honored. We are all looking forward to the movie. Again, I will stay in contact with you, sir. We are more than grateful you gave us time out of your schedule.
Yeah,
anytime, guys.
Happy belated birthday. His birthday was yesterday. That's all that was.
Thanks.
Oh, yes. Happy belated birthday.
I turned 39.
Hey, that's my age.
We're all 39. Yeah, thanks, guys. This was really fun. Anytime you're ready to have me back, I'm down.
Definitely. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, appreciate your time.
And always, stay safe. Thank you, everybody. Please, Mr. Josh Logan, writer, director, The Relic Dragon, please give it up for him. Thank you again, sir.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody.
I will drop you out of studio, and then
there you go.
There we go. So that was absolutely awesome. Oh God. It says I'm so old. Oh my God, I'm 49. Troy's got a round of applause. Jackie's got a round of applause. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, there is so much more, and that hour went by so quick that we could get into.
Definitely, I would like to have him back on again. I mean, I feel like he said, we just scratched the surface. We didn't really get to touch base on it a lot. So having Josh back on would be amazing if we could pull that off. I mean,
yes, definitely. That would be a great time. My second monitor's frozen. Again, sir, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. We are at the 9 o'clock hour. So here we are at the 9 o'clock hour. So that means now we are going to have two guests come on.
Two.
We have two.
Two.
I'm trying to get my second monitor to unfreeze.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it won't let me do anything. I'll just have to reopen my pages. Yeah, my browsers. So we have Miss Sara Jack and we have Mr. Hollis L. Edwards III. They are both, again, from Dragon. Sara is Aurora, and Hollis is Lewis, if I'm not mistaken.
You're 100% right. He is Lewis, yes.
Wait, you're telling me I'm right about something?
I am.
That's not possible. I am.
Don't let it go to your head, but yes, you are right.
Look, I'll still do that tattoo for you yet, sir.
There you go.
All right, so why don't everybody here, let's give them a big round of applause. Miss Sara Jack, Mr. Hollis L. Edwards III. Let's bring them on stage. Oh, you do it.
And then here's two.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
First off, thanks for taking your time to join us. I mean, this is amazing. So.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks for having us. Hey, Sara.
She was asking how things are over here. I don't know if the audio is low, but.
Can you hear me?
Oh, my audio's low?
No, hers was. She was asking how you were doing. So.
Oh.
I was complimenting your new hairdo.
My back's not.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I had to get it
braided. There we go. I fixed it.
I'm actually frozen right now.
You're not frozen on my end. You're good.
My end, I'm frozen. I'm completely frozen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just keep running me, John. If I have to, I'm going to drop for a second.
Okay, I'm just going to open up the tabs real quick, but he's having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'll get the show off and running. First off, how was it working on the Relic Dragon? How much fun was it? I mean, the show was amazing.
Oh my God.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a blast, honestly. And I think what made it really great was the people. Josh handpicked pretty much everyone that was involved. And so it was really great working with amazing people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a time. For me, that was my first yeah, it was a time. That was my first feature. And so it was a fun one to dive into because, you had we were outside most of the time. So it was like, oh, sweet. Getting in the mud, getting in the, well, I don't know because I'm here, but yeah, getting in the mud.
Doing your business in the woods.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we was getting in the shit, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
Yeah, so it was fun. But yeah, all the people were fun. Everybody was very collaborative. I don't really remember any drama per se.
I was going to say no on-set beef between the actors.
I think I think the biggest beef, if anything, was just running out of time and being against
Yeah,
time, or like things having to shift or rewrite. It was logistics, and you always want to do more, and then we're on top of like a plateau or a hill, and there's just weather. We fought the weather a lot.
yeah,
We
yeah.
fought the weather a lot.
Because this was all shot in Texas, so like when you say weather, like were you dealing with like heat,
Like
cold,
the
thunderstorms?
day that we were gonna do all of our most of our, like, a good chunk of our stunts and fighting, it was raining, so
Yeah.
we had to cut choreography to make it safe because we're on a riverbed and it's rocks and we're gonna slip.
Oh yeah, we
When
did.
we're
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to reshoot one for story, but also for sounds. Like some of the shots when we're up on the hill. So in the trailer, when you see that drone shot, we have some scenes on that hill, but there was so much winds that we couldn't get good audio. So
Mm-hmm.
we're consistently fighting the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. We do this live, so we have a couple people who chime in, always saying welcome. Can't wait to hear your stories.
Oh, thank you.
Jackie says welcome. Hi and welcome.
Hello.
Troy. So if on your screen, if you hit the top right hand corner, you'll see a button that says comments. You'll be able to read the comments yourself. There should be a button that says comments and private chat. So
Mm.
Oh, I
All
love
right.
this. Oh, thanks, Jacqueline.
Oh, thanks, y'all.
that's what the fun thing about how we do our shows is it's live interactive, so people watching can actually chime in with us.
Mm.
Oh, I love this. I love this. It's like streaming,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah,
I used to do a lot of Dead by Daylight. It was entertaining.
Dead by Daylight. I did Left 4 Dead back in my day when I did a lot of video games. So
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it sucks when the weather is rough. Yeah.
yeah,
And
but
it doesn't make everything go smooth then.
part of the industry, though. I mean, you're always going to have those certain type of speed bumps that either delay a project, speed up a project. So I mean, just go. What they always say is roll with the punches. I guess you can say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think one of my favorite ones was when we were in the forest, and ever so often there'd be a daddy long legs that would just drop on one of us. It was my favorite because they just crawl everywhere. It's all these little friends.
That also
With daddy
probably
long legs.
you're trying to keep character, and then you have some fun. Like, what was that?
It's like, oh, look, there's a friend.
A good. I like this one. A good film makes everything more smooth. Like, he is absolutely 100% right. And I think I was talking to you about that the other day, Hollis. You were saying that a good crew that has good balance with people makes it more family-like compared to being a struggle.
Yeah.
So,
Most definitely. If the crew's not on point, then that makes it way worse whenever there's weather delays.
Crew and crafty, man. Good food and good people, and you can just be in the trenches. Because there were some days where we were in the trenches, but good food and good people. AC, true. I do fire spinning, and I used to breathe.
That is amazing. I mean, I would say that's probably a pretty dangerous occupation to do, but probably really cool.
It's a lot of fun. I just got back from Sweden, and out there they have a big burn called Borderlands, and I ended up helping run the fire spinning at the effigy burning. And so within 20 minutes, I had lit probably somewhere between around 50 fire spinners, and it was just like lighting them, and getting them out.
Wow.
Nice.
It was good.
Where are you at now, Sarah?
I am in Ohio.
He's good. So how is it filming on location compared to on set? That's actually a really good question.
Are we defining on set as any enclosed
Like
set
a studio,
or a
16
studio? Okay. We only filmed in a studio like once or twice.
Yeah.
I think.
It's studio's much more controlled, so you can control all the elements in terms of, well, for the most part, because I think sometimes if you're renting a studio, sometimes the AC is like an issue, or whatever. Like, oh, we can't turn it off because it's connected to the bed. But for the
don't flush the toilet, you're gonna hear it,
or something. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's more controlled, especially lighting wise. I think it's more fun to shoot on location personally.
I agree. The energy is more up there. You're in it. The energy's up there. It's when you're in a studio, sometimes there's this feeling of it's sterile.
Yeah.
And there's just something wonderful about getting your hands dirty.
Yeah.
And
There we go.
I mean, I was covered in dirt the entire time.
Yeah, most
Now
of
I'm
the
up
time.
and running. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's happening when you do stuff like this. You run into little hiccups, but
Everything decided at one shot to take a shit. And I'm going,
One shot shit. That's how
There you go.
One
like-
shot. You got one shot to take this shit, man.
one shit. You would have got one this Eminem if he was a really motivator.
I was like, okay, because I have two screens set up. I've got the screen over here right now. I have your IMDb and I have your IMDb up. And
boy.
I'm trying to click on it and it's like, it's not doing anything. And then I look back over at the main and I'm going, wait a second, everything's frozen. I have no pictures. I have sound. Let me jump out and I'll come back in. That didn't even work. The
No.
just all the way down. So I just had to open everything back up.
Oh lordy.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
here we go.
A full system reboot.
Oh yeah.
during the show too, especially. That's what makes it even more fun. You're doing it live. It's like, what do I do?
Yeah,
What are we gonna do?
you never know what's going to happen. That's called improvise.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
Improv.
I had that problem last week doing the show, and then my power just completely cut out. So I actually had to open up and do it on my phone to my power came back on, and the pitch
Oh,
dark had
man.
flashlight and everything. I was nuts.
Yeah, that was the night I came on with you. You lost power during the thunderstorm, and I'm like, I think he just lost power. Let's see what he's going to do. And next, you know, he comes back on, and he's like, got the flashlight.
That's
And I'm like, dude, just cut it.
Yeah, I wound up going 2 hours that night. That was great.
Just cut it because you're about to really have a lot of issues there. All right, so let's see here. Getting
Yeah.
down and dirty, love it.
favorite scene, Jacqueline asks. What's your favorite scene, Sarah?
Oh heavens. I think my favorite scene is probably the one where I'm in absolute full SFX. And I think it's because there was so much work put into that. So both Hollis and I had to do full head castings. And that was an experience because you get covered in plaster and then whatever material they use to make a cast of your head. And all you have is just your nostrils out. And I know in the middle of that, one of my nostrils started filling up. And I have no way to communicate this to anyone because you can't talk. All you can kind of do is an attempt at sign language. And then the SFX itself for that took us 8 hours to get into. And I think the scene has to be less than 3 minutes long.
It's not that long.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard a lot of people that have had to have the castings done since they're doing full castings. Did you guys have an issue with where you felt like you were claustrophobic?
When my nose started filling in. Because like one nostril started to fill in. And then I didn't know if the other one was going to fill in. And I was just like,
Yeah, I think
is this it?
that in right there.
Yes.
So what was your favorite scene, sir?
Mine, probably either the it's fun it's fun doing stuff with special effects. Can't say too much, but yeah, it's fun doing stuff with special effects. So that scene towards the end, and then I'd say it was more different moments. So like when me and Sara got to do, it was just flashbacks, I guess, but when we got to do our like interaction kind of deals, when me and Taylor and Richard were kind of like, we were like arguing for a little bit, and then we were like arguing in the hotel that Aura had left the clues behind in. So that was fun, because that was just a good acting moment, because we got to kind kind of go back and forth, like what to do. And then when we were in the forest and running from some stuff, and then it seems like something happened to me, maybe, and stuff. So yeah, that was that was I don't know how much we were allowed to say, but yeah, that was fun. So yeah, I just say those different little moments in culmination. In terms of doing it, in terms of favorite scene to watch, I'm not sure. Yeah, I have to wait until the VFX and all that kind of stuff is completely done.
We have, as I was saying to Josh, were able to get a hold of you guys through Jesse, which was greatly. We do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your schedule.
Of course.
We have viewed trailers. We have viewed stills from the movie. So I know there are a couple. Tonight we do have a couple of stills that will be shown.
Okay.
And we will be showing a trailer. I think the one scene, which I believe is in the trailer, you're standing there.
And the things like reaching out for you.
And there's this thing reaching out.
Oh.
Yeah.
That just right there, because I'm looking at the hand and I'm like, and my question is, how, it's acting, but how do you actually get yourself? Because I do have your list of movies up as well, sir, like Ninja Kill Face.
Oh, yeah.
I have viewed that movie, and I know that you have done, you've done actor, stunts, camera electrical department. Again, such a huge list of stuff that you have done, and the same as you, Sara. How do you actually get yourselves to that point? It's acting, that the person that's right there in front of you, who it is, but how do you actually get yourself into that mind state going, this is the part where I'm supposed to make it look like I'm going to shit myself on the spot?
Yes, to shit myself.
Shit yourself.
Yes. For me, it's whenever I have to do scenes where we're like really scared or whatever, I will, for that day, try to stay somewhat in character most of the time, but I'm still just like messing around and goofing off and stuff. But for those days, it's kind of like, all right, let me kind of have like a little baseline of, let me goof off as Luis would goof off, not necessarily as Hollis would per se goof off, although they're not too far apart, but just a little bit. And then during the actual time to like get my adrenaline up and get sweating or whatever, I'll physically like get my heart rate up. So if you physically get your heart rate up, I'll sprint in place, do some burpees, like whatever, and then I'll kind of just drop into the present moment and just be present in the idea that, oh, there is something that is out to get me. And that's the cool thing about using practical effects, is you actually have it in front of you so you can look at it. Yeah, I mean, because that's different from like, I haven't had to do anything. Maybe you have, Sara, I don't know. I haven't had to do or had the opportunity to do anything where it's like you're going against the CGI, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I would imagine it would be more, I would probably have to stay in character even to a bigger extent, because I know that I'm going to be playing with just something that's invisible, essentially. At that point, it's almost getting closer to theater, because in theater is like we have to, there's a lot more imagination work, because there's, you don't have like most of the time, an actual thing there.
It's a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Oh, it's a dragon. Oh, explosions. Like whatever it is, you have to kind of just make it up yourself. So your suspense is much bigger, which means, at least for me personally, in theater, I'm usually kind of in it more of the time anyway, because you got to just go through it. So for this movie, though, it was like, yeah, just get the physical heart rate up. It's kind of like a circle. Same for crying, fun fact. If you ever want to cry, if you're an actor out there, you want to learn how to cry, like if your physical body is starting to do the things that normally happen when you cry, then your mind, it will trick your mind into thinking the same thing. Just like vice versa, if you get your mind deep enough into a certain mind state, it'll trick your body as well. So it's just kind of pressing those triggers and then being, I guess if you broke it down into like a style or whatever, or just a tool in the toolbox, it'd be like Meisner, which I recommend for most film and TV work anyway, just because it's unless you have the luxury to be like a Daniel Day-Lewis or something, you know, it's kind of hard to like, I'm going to stay in the character for the whole shit. But I still got to go to work like 2 days a week at least, you know, or whatever. Like if you have a normal job, or it's going to be hard to, unless you're just doing like a comedy, maybe, I guess, then it's, you know, you have to worry
you're not going to
about
offend anyone in the real world.
Yeah, you're not going to offend anyone. It's just probably being an extension of yourself anyway at that point. But so I don't know. That's how I do it. I just get my physicals going, get my mind in that of the character, and then looking at the scary thing that's in front of me and being like, "That's pretty scary, actually. That's pretty scary looking," and just kind of. It's the same for haunted houses or scary movies. I don't know. Like y'all seem like you're all. I think we're all scary movie fans here, right? Like
yeah.
So it's kind of hard to get scared after a while of watching scary movies, right? But me personally, I'll just kind of get myself in a squishy state emotionally. So then when I go in, I'm just like, okay, okay, all right. And then I can actually get a little scared if it's a legitimately scary movie and be like, oh, fuck, I wasn't ready for that. You know, same with the haunted house.
Purposefully de-armoring your nervous system.
Yep. She said it much fancier than I was explaining. Pretty much that.
See, now, I'm not fun going to haunted houses because we'll normally like go in a group of people and it'll be when they walk in, they tell you, come over here and look at this, and nobody wants to do it. And I'm like,
yeah, why not?
All right, yeah, let's do it. And then they jump up in front of your face, and I'm like, oh, that's boo, right? Okay, good one. I think it's just because I don't know, but I've only ever had one movie ever twist me up that bad.
What was it?
When The Exorcist first came out and you could watch it on television.
I
was young. I was good with everything. I was good with the whole 9 yards, but I had a very weak stomach. So when she started spitting green pea soup,
yeah,
I was out the door. That was it. But that's like somebody else that's sitting in here has a movie they won't watch.
Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm terrified of that. Nope.
He won't do Alien, so I am constantly nagging about the Alien. And
did you do 1984 The Thing?
I've watched that. Yeah.
Did you do that one?
I like that. That was good.
That was the one that Josh actually gave me when I was asking for some movies to watch as character study for Aura, was to watch 1984 The Thing.
Yeah.
He was like, you're just in it and you have to survive. And it's just, everything's laid out for you. Just do the thing.
You're in the movie and you have to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like he was like really. I can't remember the actor's name in The Thing, but he was just Kurt Russell. He was like, watch Kurt Russell, and that is how you're approaching this character. Like, it's like everything's at stake, but you still have to handle what's exactly right in front of you, and so you're going to focus on that.
Yeah. How did you get scared, Sarah? Or I mean, I guess you didn't have to really get too scared most of the time. But.
Yeah, I was like, you have a task to do. There's imminent threat, but there's still a task to be done. I think for me, I also use somatic practices. So I agree with Meisner. I love using a combination of Meisner and Stanislavski. And so Meisner is very like working, like finding the emotions underneath. A lot of the practices you do repetition until you just delayer and find emotion. Stanislavski is about, we're going to look at the situation and analyze it from many angles and understand what your objective, what your obstacle, and what your action is. And so for me, I also used movement. And so like if I really needed to be nervous, I'm not going to stand here in a power pose in front of everyone. I would like pull myself aside and I'm just going to like sit. If I want to start breaking my own heart in a moment, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to rock. And I'm going to rock and I'm going to pick at my skin and all of the things that I do when I'm in that emotion. Like Hollis was saying, I'm going to let it feed my emotions from the outside in, and I'm just going to do this until I send myself into that emotional state. I need to shake that out. Sorry. Excuse me.
Get you.
Too much into character now.
Too much.
Ari said, what intrigued you guys to join the industry, and how did you get started?
Oh wait, somebody else had something. I don't think I had. Funtensity.
You want it?
Oh, who knows about Funtensity? AC Wilson asked, "Can you tell us about Funtensity?" Okay, real quick for the other one. It's just whenever you're having fun in whatever you're doing, but also you're intense about your goals. So it's that's funny. Did we used to work together, AC? There's the acronym. I can't click on your thing on your profile because that's something I came up with in sales. We were in sales and they'd be like, how do you achieve your goals? How'd you get those 2 sales yesterday? I'm like, oh, Funtensity. You just having fun and just while you're going after your goals. But I guess I have maybe said it on Cedric once or twice. But anyway, yeah, just having fun. And then also at the same time, when it's time to lock in, you lock in. But the other question, I'll let you go first, Sarah. I'm yapping.
Great. Getting into the industry. So I went to school for dance, but I just had a lot of friends who were actors. And so they'd need someone who can do this or do that. And I'd come in clutch. And what really got me the first part into it is I had a friend, he's a writer in LA now. And I finished my senior year and he was just like, hey, I have a short film. I wrote it for you. Would you be down to be in it? And I did it. And I just got more, I had a partner that did stunts and I love movement. I love martial arts. And so I just kept gearing more and more towards action acting. And I kept getting roles in which they, so like one of the films you'll see on IMDb, Rats, I got that one because they needed someone who could act and fight. And then also the main actress had a stunt double and they're like, okay, you're going to be like opposite a person with less martial arts background and doing a full fight. And so for budget purposes, they need someone who can both act and fight because they can't afford a stunt double for that day player. And so that tends to be how I'll get random gigs here and there. It's just like having that combo.
And then
She be fighting.
Yeah, I'd be fighting. She's just a girl on a dopamine hunt, man.
Now, Jackie asked, how long have you guys been acting?
Oh, so I was a wee lad.
Wee lad.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I guess how I got into it, I would just do like voices and stuff when I was a kid, like mainly Crocodile Hunter and a British voice.
Do it.
I'd be like, oh, good eye, mate. Let's get a little closer. Oh, that's a big one. Let's get a little closer. Oh, Lord, let's look at it
with a stick.
Yeah, it's pokey with, I was like maybe 7 or something. And then I would do this British voice because this kid, and I think my kindergartner for one of my classes would, he was British and he'd be all snarky, but I didn't know British humor because I was like, like 9 by that point. And so I would just start to listen to how he talked, and then I started making fun of him with his accent. Because he'd be like, oh, you would just wear anything, wouldn't you, Hollis? And I'm like, oh, you just wear anything, wouldn't you, Hollis? I'm Mark. Look at me, I got braces. He thought he was hot shit because he had braces, and braces was like popping at that time. So, but anyway, my mom made me get in a talent show. It was like a family reunion thing when I was like 7 or 8. And then she's like, go do your voice, the Australian thing. And I was like, I don't know how. She's like, just turn around and do it, or I'm gonna whoop your ass. So just get up there. If you're scared, just turn around and then do it. I was like, all right. And so I got up there. I was like, oh, good eye, mate. Oh, it's good. And then after like a minute or so, I got used to it, and I turned around. I was like, oh, okay, good eye, mate. It's like the bell. And then from there, I got into theater in like elementary, middle school, high school, and then did film school for like 2 years. Didn't finish. Went to the Marines for a little bit. Came back, and then did the what you call it, just little shorts and whatever I could get. Then I got my agent in 2019, and then I started doing commercials. and then started doing short film, like professional short films, and then Relic was my first feature. And around that time, I started doing acting mainly full time. So now I mainly do it full time. But that's how you do it. Well, that's how I did it. I don't know.
That's definitely amazing. I mean, could you imagine posting in the morning, you hear someone with the various Australian accent, like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Crikey.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just making a nonsensical accent commentary.
Hey, that's what I do on a daily basis here. I'm usually the nonsensible, get into trouble one.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go. You want to take 2 shots first and go?
There you go. She'll do it.
I'll do it.
Oh wait, if I take 2 shots, I'm going home with them. Yeah. All right, so open the door. I'm coming somewhere because.
Let's go. I got a mostly full bottle of Bullet.
Texas.
Listen, I have been trying to sell you for years. 99 cents or best offer.
And the rules apply because you gotta pay to take me back.
That's
Stupid.
That's what happens after being married for 20 years. I mean,
oh, that's
Hey, you gotta find the humor. It's great.
Oh, I love you.
yeah. Congratulations.
ew. Stranger danger.
Pineapple.
Lime.
Is that the safe word? Lime?
No,
Got it.
We had something at one point where it was, if you feel you're in danger, pineapple. But then we kind of expanded on it. So if it was real danger, it was like lime, lemon.
Oh, I love this.
Kiwi, something along those lines. And
Kiwi.
yeah, cherries. You got the cherries.
I have a fun one that I use on set, and it was because one of the films I did, I met one of my best friends instantaneously, and she was the stunt double. And we were just joking around so much that our stunt coordinator, who was a friend of both of ours, was like, I need a way for you two to pay attention when I need you to pay attention. And so we gave him the word broccoli. And so at any point in time, her and I are just, we're like covered in blood. We're covered in blood and we're shooting this shit and we're just getting real rowdy. And he's just like, broccoli. And we're like, yes. Are we redoing the shot?
Mr. Nass, don't get any ideas. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You remember what happened? Would you rather the one night?
No, we're not getting there, sir.
Yes, exactly. So, no, there is no fruits and vegetables, sir. Yes, I
It's a strictly meat household.
I've got 2 cats. I've got a pain in the ass hemorrhoid, and I got a 175-pound lump laying on the floor.
Daddy talking about you.
That's a good comment.
Try it. Come. I have a 175-pound Pressa Canera.
Damn.
Oh my goodness, big baby.
That's how much I weigh.
Look at these babies.
Like there's her skull. Try it.
Oh, big old potato.
Look at that tail.
No.
Okay, that's how we get whipped.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna get whipped. And then Luna is a 65-pound Hungarian Vizsla that runs at 45 miles an hour. So when you get hit by that, it's like a bullet.
And
AC and S, as an actor, and we'll go with as an actress as well, what do you look for in a role? What is your dream role?
The cookies are in the bedroom. Come on.
What do you look for in a role?
What do I look for in a role? I mean, it depends on the time of year and how full my bank account is. But the luxury of choosing the role. Oh my goodness. I really love complicated characters involved in high stakes situations. So big description. But if anyone's seen the show Arcane, like Jinx, love her. Love where there's just there's so much going on in their head that you get a really deep dive into how did they get here, like what made them the person that they are, and then how do you play this character who at any point could be deemed a villain from a place of authenticity, that if someone really knew their history, they would understand why they're making the choices they're making, even if they like, from a wide picture, you're like, that's a dumb decision. But if you're in that character's shoes, you really understand why they're doing that. And I think there's just so much meat and juice when you have to like juxtapose personal experience, objectives, and morale, and then like the greater community's experience, morality. That's the word. And it's just, it's so heart-wrenching. And there's something about them that I love. And if I get a fight on screen, that just, tops it off.
True.
How about you, sir?
I'd say same thing as echoing what Sara said. Anyway, complicated characters are always fun. Complicated, complex. Which I guess, most people are complicated to some extent. Everybody, or at the very least, everybody's different. Mm-hmm. So I guess well-written characters, you know what I mean? Like just people who are characters that are very fleshed out, that have full arcs, which if you're getting to choose, you get to read the full script. Half the time, you may or may not get the full script. Again, just depends on what level you're at, kind of deal. Like, Robert Downey's gonna get the script every time. I mean, they're lucky if he reads the script type stuff, you know what I mean? But if you're on the come up, then it's like, sometimes you get the full script at audition, sometimes you don't. But well written characters that have a full arc to them of some sort. But in terms of like dream roles, it would be something that is a project that's filmed like a play, that it didn't have to be visually, like literally like a play, but just like written kind of, and then filmed like a play, in the sense that it's very much allows the actors to fully dive into whatever the situation in the character is. And then also, you know what I mean? And then for me, I like to go completely lose myself to a character. Don't get to do it all the time, but I like to do that. And I mean, that's kind of where that Stanislavski kind of factor comes in. I feel like there's a kind of a bad rap for people who like to just, fully be in character, stay in character, whatever. They call it the method, or, whatever. I think because some people, specifically people with higher, some high caliber actors will do it, and then they'll kind of like be assholes while doing it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like, if you think in the spiritual world, there's radical honesty. I shouldn't have said that so sarcastically, but the idea of radical honesty, and some people take it as a way to just say whatever they want to say without like taking accountability for impact. So if you're like dropping into a character and that character is an asshole, well, if you're going to go up to a PA and they're giving you your coffee and you just yank it forcefully out of their hands and or do something where you have an impact for someone that's just not okay in a workplace, you being, quote, in character is not okay, nor is that informed consent. But if you're letting people on set know, hey, I'm going to be in character the entire time, like leave my coffee on the table and plan ahead for those instances so that you're not having a negative impact on these people that you're working with and they can have informed consent in this role play, that's different. But I also agree, that's just, getting on that pedestal there to be like, no, you being in character is not a way for you to shun accountability when you have a negative impact on the people that are helping you do the thing that you love.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, that is a true thing that happens, exactly as Sara described. And then because of that, it gives people a bad rep who even want to try to do something like that. But I think, you could totally do what Sara said and, plan ahead and then let people know. Or if you don't want to do that, or if that's not enough, you could also just, what I like to do is if you're gonna be on set, you're filming some shit anyway. So if the idea is that I'm this character, I'm so in this character, therefore that's why I'm an asshole because this character's an asshole, so that's why I'm being an asshole on set or whatever. Well, you're also have a camera in front of you. You have a whole sound system around you. You know what I mean? So that's not really true to the circumstances of the character either. Like if you're completely being the character, it's like, well, why is there a camera here? So to me, to justify that and then to justify not being an asshole, if I happen to be playing an asshole, which it just seems like whenever you're playing one of those super complicated characters, they end up being kind of an asshole in some kind of way, or at least eccentric in some kind of way. It is what it is. You don't really hear about people getting
abrasive.
You know, it is what it is. But to me, the way I justify it is, okay, well, let me just be this character on a good day, and you know what I mean? And I'm pretending like this is a documentary on my life. And if it's a movie where like my character dies in the end, I just tell myself as the character, if I'm staying in character, oh, that part's fictionalized. I didn't really die, but they're making like a pseudo documentary off of my life. So even if I'm the most hoity-toity, I could be a pompous serial killer or something, but I'm still like, they're making this movie about me. So yes. So I will let them say that I die in the end, but I really don't. I'm clearly still here. And then
3 layers of meta deep, man.
Yeah, you just, you know what I mean? And then like, oh, I'll treat the crew with good kindness because you know what? They're in my presence. So I should treat them as, you know what I mean? Well, however you got to justify it. But you can justify it as the character in real life in the fake circumstance if you really want to go to it like that. You know what I mean? So like, I would like to do more films like that where I've had films where I get to kind of jump in a little bit. Like towards the end of this film, I got to kind of jump in and just stay in the character for that day, for those couple of days, because for reasons. I think a couple of other films I've gotten to kind of do that, but something like The Whale or Penguin in the Penguin series, you know what I mean? For what's his name? A great actor, underrated. He was in Bruges. Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, but things where I physically have to transform into something or somebody, well, preferably somebody that's completely different. I'm talking about like a Russian diplomat in the 1700s that was like a fourth black or something, and that's maybe even part of the issue of the, you know what I mean? Like just something complete, like not me at all, and I got to completely do research for it and really just dive in and just stay there. Just because that's fun for me. It's not even like, because I'm sure there's some actors that can do it and wouldn't even have to get in care. They just hop in and do a little miser and then they hop right back at. That's cool, but it's fun to me to be able to just completely live as those other people, because to me that's like a whole other form of empathy in a sense. Like you're completely not yourself in this moment. You are understanding and thinking like this other being, this other human rather. So I would like to do a film like that, and then separately I would just like to be in some sort of superhero, supervillain film or series.
2 things. One, you learn a lot from the characters when you get to dive that deep. And so I really resonate with what you're saying, Hollis. Like Aura, I took a lot from her. Like so much so I'm in a backpack on the road. Like it's been a fun time. And then the other thing, okay, if you could be in a superhero universe, Hollis, what would you be? Because if I could play a role, it'd be DC's Cassandra Cain.
Ooh, you could be a good Cassandra Cain.
That is one of my absolute mainstream dream roles, is to be Cassandra Cain.
I can see
I'm
that.
curious, like, what world would you be in?
Yeah. Oh man, Cassandra, that's a real good.
I know, right?
If for me, I've tracked it out because I plan to be one of them in the next like 4 years, 3 to 4 years. But I would like to be Bishop from X-Men. Bishop would be dope. If I'm not beaten out by like the guy who played M'Baku or anybody else, if they want somebody who's just like a wall, you know what I'm saying? Because I could bulk up but I'm still only 6 foot. So you got these other dudes like Winston Duke, dudes like 6'4", 220.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if they try to go with something like that, then I'm like, that might be, going against my type. But if not Bishop, I would like to also play Animal Man would be great. Grant Morrison's Animal Man, because there's nothing in his origin that says it's necessarily that they can't be black. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all are into comic books. I'm a comic book nerd, and I am into, like, in one instance, respecting the origin of whatever the character is if it's very much a part of their, like, who they are. So like Magneto being Jewish, it kind of, he could be black Jewish, I guess, but it's just, I can understand why people wouldn't want to change that. Or like if there's an Irish superhero, yeah, there could be black people in Ireland, there are, but it just makes more sense that, okay, yeah, that's, keep them Irish, that, especially if that's part of their thing. But if it's not a part of their backstory, so like Animal Man, for instance, he's just a guy with a family, and he's not even that popular of a character. Like he's popular amongst comic book heads and stuff, but most people don't know who Animal Man is. They barely know who Vixen is, and she's the more popular one technically.
There is a spot that just opened because the person that was supposed to do it's not doing it. Blade,
yeah. So Blade is my top. Blade is my top. I wasn't gonna say out of respect to Mahershala Ali, but hey, if they're willing to write a good,
you would do so good
for the next 4 years.
You would do so good.
That'd be good. I'd be chilling with Blade, and I could already. Before Mahershala Ali got Blade, that was my number one. And then when I was much younger, when I was like in my early 20s, I was like Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Now I could do it, but there's younger people who could do it, who would have a longer longevity as that character. So they'd probably go with somebody like that. But Blade, that was my number one. And as soon as they said Mahershala got it, I was like, oh hell, shit, I ain't doing this. He's got an Oscar.
He just said it is not happening.
But he said it's not happening.
He'd be so good in the fight scenes too, Hollis.
Which, as a fan, I'm actually pissed at Disney. Don't get mad at me, Disney. But I'm kind of pissed at Disney for letting that. I mean, Kevin Feige said himself he felt like a loser for dropping the ball on that, because it's like, come on, man. He would have been a good Blade. But technically, Wesley Snipes is the one who put Blade on the map in terms of the popular, just the masses. That's why people think of Blade, they look at him, and that's what Blade is. So therefore, you need somebody who's kind of that same ilk. However, in the comics and in the 90s animated series, I think it was actually in the Spider-Man episode with Morbius, right? Blade was like,
yep.
I got braids right now, but if you saw my normal hair, curled up with the Jared. Come on now. Yeah. So in the animated series and in the comics, many of the comics, yeah, he's more of just like a middle tone kind of brother. You know what I'm saying? And I got the frame for it, no problem. You know what I'm saying? So technically,
you have the skills, like you have the martial arts and movement skills. Like that's the first time I met Hollis. It wasn't even because we met doing we were doing an on-site stunts demo, and that was the first time I met Hollis was there, and I got to meet him and do movements, and like we were like, all right, let's see if we can do a flying armbar kind of thing.
Yep.
We were like, great, we're gonna slide in, wrap up, and take down, and we were like outside in the grass for the performance. It's like the first time I met Hollis was him doing like movement, action, and stunts, and it was just yes.
Which one of the videos I actually saw earlier today was you doing, I believe it was on your reel. It was some of the moves for a fight scene that you were working on, and I saw that today because I also know that you've done fight coordinating, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean that is huge. Now I will ask this one here because this one has been sitting. Do either of you have any new films coming up beyond The Relic?
Mm-hmm.
Hollis does.
Oh, you want to go? Okay.
Oh, I'm like I've been the past year I've been focusing on like live acrobatics and fire performing.
Oh yeah, yeah. You've been
So
traveling. Like you've been traveling. Yeah.
you've been all over the world,
Proud
mostly
of
just
you.
Sweden.
Yeah.
You have stuff coming up.
Yeah, I got some stuff. There in terms of features, there's I did this film in Africa called "I'm Coming for You." Specifically, we shot it in Cameroon, and I was I was probably I guess the second antagonist in it. I was in maybe about 5 scenes. It's cool. It's by this very talented, brilliant filmmaker named CDL Lorangao. She's a French Cameroonian director and writer. She won at Rotterdam Film Festival for a documentary on the terrorist group over there called Boko Haram. That's the name of the terrorist group. And the film was called Spectre of Boko Haram. But from that, Studio Canal essentially picked her up and was like, oh, we would like to, front some of your next a couple of projects, starting by name, and then of course on the back end after that. And so this was her first narrative feature, and it was fun. I did the stunt coordination on it, and I did the military advisory on it, and then like I said, I was maybe acting in maybe 6 scenes where I was a general. It's about a woman named Kaltumi who is forced into this life of providing supplies for Boko Haram, and she tries to get out of it. And then one of the local chieftains, who is implied to have dealings with them, finds out that she's doing it behind his back, and so has her baby kidnapped, has her beaten and expelled from the area that she's living in, and then has a mystic woman put a curse on her. And so then she's roaming around, comes across this militia group of women who take in stray women who need a place, train them up on how to defend themselves, and add them to the fold. And so then they have a place to stay, and then any terrorist stuff that comes to their doorstep, they'll take care of it, kind of deal.
Wow.
And in the process, there's a military general or a colonel who's looking for Kaltumi under her pseudonym, her terrorist pseudonym, Anastatica. So I play the general or the colonel that's looking for her. So that will be coming out soon. That'll be played probably most of Africa. If it gets in the can, it will be shown in France, and then if it's shown in France, it'll likely be shown in America.
You mean when it gets in?
Yeah, when it gets in. I mean, it probably will, because we got Studio Canal and name, which politically is good for that kind of stuff. And then also, what you call it just won at the Munich Film Festival, which is like the biggest film festival, biggest summer film festival, second biggest general film festival in Europe outside of Cannes, I believe, something like that. Right. And it's like a first look. They show the first 30 minutes, and then it puts them in front of like all kinds of, world-class editors and sales agents and et cetera, et cetera. So she won that too. And so it's on a good track. So I did that. And then I did this other feature called Buy Nothing. I had a super small part in that. It was with this gentleman named Bob Byington. He's done a bunch of features that have gotten into Netflix and theaters and stuff like that. Kind of like, I don't want to call it mumblecore, but that kind of vibe a little bit. Jay Duplass is in it and a bunch of other people. And I was just a guy on a scooter, just an asshole on a scooter. And I had a little back and forth with Jay Duplass, and then that was it. And then that was my part. And then the last thing is I led a feature that just wrapped a couple of months ago called RX. And it was, that was the first thing I completely led, in a feature wise. And that's a biomedical thriller. So it's about a guy who's like brilliant chemist, but has this condition that makes him pass out and have, essentially feel like hungover out of nowhere. But every time he's forced to go to the hospital, if somebody calls for him, they say it's psychosomatic. and he doesn't have insurance. Like, yeah, and he didn't have insurance, so he can't just be like, let me really just dive in there, put thousands of dollars to test it. So he'll pay this woman he used to work with money to essentially try experimental drugs on himself to try to fix himself. But to do that, he'll sell insulin, bootleg insulin to people who can't afford it. And that's how he gets that money. In the process, somebody else working for that company that she works at finds out, blackmails the two of them, saying, if you don't poison the CEO, then I'm gonna, well, she gets fired, and then he just doesn't get to continue his search. So he has to decide if he wants to continue his search, but give up the one moral thing he had, which is not to hurt anybody, or say, screw it, I'm sticking to my guns. And then now he's evicted. He has no medicine. All his lab equipment's gone, et cetera, et cetera. So mainly that, and then some shorts.
High stakes.
Yeah, it's fun. It's well, not fun at all, actually, but it's good. It's good stuff. So
let's see. Troy asks, so my question to Sara and Hollis, so both of you guys, what are your favorite movie genres to watch?
It depends on my mood.
True.
There you go.
Like, it really depends on the mood. Like, if I'm feeling sad, upset, and lonely, I'm either going to choose some kind of heartbreaking rom-com to affirm said feelings, or I'm going to go watch a badass action film to cut them out. But horror is fun. I do love horror and comedy, like dry horror comedy. So like, or just like inverse horror comedy, like, you know, like Tucker and Dale versus Evil, or there was this zombie one that came out. Don't Hate Me, with the guy who plays Disney's prettiest princess, Kylo Ren. It's got him in it, and it's just that film. If you watch it, it's kind of like if you got really, really stoned and we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Like, that's the. I'm telling you, it's great. I have to find it. That, and I think it's got Bill Murray in it too. No, is it Bill Murray? No, I think it was someone else. Don't quote me on names. But it feels like you got really stoned and are in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, and it's superbly entertaining. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
All right, that's it. We're getting stoned. You're having a half a caramel, sir, and we're doing the zombie apocalypse.
Let's do it. I'm down. I like zombie movies.
The dead don't die.
The dead
it
don't.
is. It's Bill Murray. It's got Adam Driver. It's got Tilda Swinton in it.
Yeah,
oh my god! And oh my god! Her character is fascinating. Yeah, it's got zombies. It's got aliens, and it feels like you just smoked a big old bong. You just ripped it, and then the zombie apocalypse started 3 days ago, and you didn't realize it was happening.
Ooh, nice.
Find that on Prime Video, Apple TV, and Fandango at home. There you go.
I'm getting some ideas here, sir.
It's so good.
The new den coming soon.
Let's go.
Hey, how you doing?
That's funny.
I
like anything that's well written. I like it, but my go-to would be like horror movies, and I realize I watch a lot of horror movies, more than I thought. I'm like, I don't watch that many horror movies. I'm like, I mainly watch a lot of horror movies. So I guess horror movies, and if it's like a well-written drama, but it depends on the subject matter. You know what I'm saying? So like, if it's something that I don't really give a shit about, it could be well-written. It could be like, unless it's just such to a point that's like, I should watch this as an actor and writer or whatever, and study it and shit. But
or if it makes you give a shit about it. And
that can happen. That happens too. But genre-wise, like plot-wise, if I'm not immediately drawn to it, I'm gonna be I don't like politics, but I have forced myself to be knowledgeable on it because of the times we're living in. So,
could you say that entire statement again, but like hold open your eyes as you do it?
I don't like politics, but I must be knowledgeable. No. But I don't like political movies most of the time. But I've been pleasantly surprised by some, like I can't think of any. Big Short or whatever, It was like,
yeah, no, Big Short was great. I mean, when they did great, and I love how they delivered the most dry information with Margot Robbie in a hot tub. They're like, no one's gonna want to pay attention to this. What do? Barbie in a hot tub.
There you go. Yeah. So it's like, but that was even then shit like that's only because it's like so many people were like, dude, it's so good. Then I was like, okay, fine.
It was great. It was well
but my
done.
go-to is horror movies, and I like comedies too, like a good comedy.
Foreign action films.
And action films, yes.
Oh, foreign action. There's been some sleepers. There's this one called Fury, and it's a Vietnamese action film. You want to see different styles of martial arts? And then there's the Korean one. So not the John Wick ballerina. There's a Korean one called Ballerina. Let me tell you, the cinematography that they have with some of these action films, those two in particular, is great. It's like bullet train level great. And yeah, I love small, like not small, but like just foreign action films.
Foreign action films are great.
Because it feels like you just find this diamond in a rough. And I think that's because we live in the US and, you know, everything's like, okay, go to the theaters. It needs to be mainstream, this, and this. But being able to just find such good cinema that's from everywhere else, along with staying up to date with what's here. Yeah.
Yeah. Korean revenge horrors.
Oh, Korean revenge. Bro, Korean horror films.
It's like a lot of
just Korean. You watch Train to Busan?
Yeah. That was a good one. Yeah. You know what the Spider-Man Brand New Day had in it? Fucking choreography from basically Hong Kong style choreography. Yeah. All practicals.
Oh my god.
I forgot the dude's names that made it, but it's the same dude that made Brand New Day, it's the same dude that made Shang-Chi.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me some good martial arts.
Bunch of wire work, that was cold with it. It was cold. That was cold as I've seen Spider-Man move in a minute. I ain't gonna lie. Boy was like boy was getting it.
The kind of movement that you have to train every day for months or years to accomplish. Like you either get an actor who's so committed to learning the practice that they do it and just incorporate it into their lives, or you get really good at cutting and stunt doubles.
Yeah, for that one, I believe that was the only time they actually that Tom Holland had to get people or decided to get people like a stunt double for just the martial arts stuff. Normally he'll do all the martial arts stuff himself, and then just the stuff that legally they're like, you can't do that, bro.
We cannot afford you to get broken at this time.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah. They won't let him do it. But the martial arts, he always did. But because of the style they were doing, he was like, yeah, let's get somebody who like knows martial arts, and then I'll do all the other stuff that's not as I don't know if you've seen it, but there's some specific scenes you'll be able to be like, oh, that's the one.
I love watching films and picking out when they cut back and forth. Like I'll be watching and I'll be like, that's cut. That's a stunt double. And they're like, no, they're not. It's a pan up. And I'm like, let's go slowly, frame by frame. This is when they cut it. This is how they cut it. Do you see how he's standing here and how this person is standing here? I'm like, the alignment does not match up. That person is not the same level of training. And here's your cut. This is my argument.
But hey, it's dope. It was still dope though. And props to Tom Holland. He still did all the gymnastic stuff because he's a trained gymnast. It's just like you were saying, Sarah, if you have a lifetime of doing whatever that thing is, then they'll let you do it and you can do it and it makes sense to do it. So
absolutely.
All the gymnastic stuff he was doing. So like if that was me, I would have been doing the stuff that he had a stunt double do for the fighting, but then for the gymnastics.
Have a stunt double for the gymnastics. Yeah.
If it's super complicated, I'll be like, look, bro, I can do like a little backflip and some side.
We want a backflip, that handspring, and a B twist.
You know what I'm saying? I can do some of that, but once you start getting into the stuff that I just don't have any, I'm gonna have to train for months, and then sure, but if not, then
I mean, give me an excuse to train for months. That's the goal.
That is the goal. Yeah, get on it.
Give me 6 to 8 hours in a gym, and then go on to a film for 2 months, 3 months. Great. I would love that.
That's the dream.
I'll start learning backflips now.
I get an hour to an hour and a half in the gym 3 days a week, rehabbing that back, and guess what? I'm good right now.
Yeah.
I came home the other day and I was like, I can't move my arms. It was all arm and bicep and tricep. I'm like, I don't like you today.
I need the spray on magnesium and a Midol.
Let's see. We got, hi guys, great to see you virtually. Give me a good story or something hilarious that happened on the set of Dragon.
Can I take this one, Hollis?
Go for
Or
it.
did you have? Okay, great. So there's this silly game that I love to play on sets. I'm either A, flirting with someone, or two, building morale. And so the game is, it's like, from elementary school, where if you have your hand down here and they see it below your hips, you get to punch them. Except we
Yep.
never punched anyone. But this game became such a competition on set that we were taking Polaroids and hiding it in people's cars. And like they get in their car and like flip down their visor and it falls out. So they get it as it falls down and they get up and there's another one on their wheel. We were messing with our AD that way. And then it became such a thing on set that our AD Atticus had lost his leather dailies folder. And it was this beautiful leather folder that kept his scripts for the day. And so Josh, director, went for Christmas, got him a new one. And on it, this was embossed. And then there was also a little gold coin with this on it. Like that's how much of a meme it became on set, was playing this stupid game. Okay.
Yes.
Here's my story.
That's true. Yeah, I was horrible at that game. I was like,
It was great. I was like always trying to get Hollis. I was just like,
Well, I saw today on your page, Sarah, you had a reel up from, I guess there were maybe some outtakes from the movie set.
okay.
And some of it was really good because you had, it looked like it was Michael Fisher was, they were holding him by the arms and he was kicking his legs around. That was him. And then another guy was getting sick in the background because you had the really good ones, like all the funny stuff. And then it was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And everybody down the line. And I'm like, I don't think I could do a movie. I really don't think I could do a movie. I'd be the worst troublemaker. Go home for the day.
So much. So, yeah.
That's what fun is.
Yeah. The key is starting shit, but like knowing when to keep shit together. Like getting to be a jester enough that you keep morale high and you help connect and bond the community, but not doing it to but like there's jests and games that you can play that really build team morale and really build community and build inside jokes and helps with that. And then there's like where you're acting out and you're really just focused on taking attention or being affirmed that you're the most entertaining or the most being responded to. And so that's when it starts to pull away. So there's a way to play with it. There's a way, there are times to show up and work, but what was the word that you made up, Hollis?
Oh, fun-tensity.
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 Keeping the fun, keeping the curiosity, keeping the play. And then when it's time to buckle down, do the work and get dirty, you do it.
Yep.
Now,
This is the way.
I'll do one more question before I let you guys go. With the acting, I see that you've both done stunts. Do you prefer to do your own stunts?
Yes.
Or would you rather have somebody just, I got to concentrate more on this role than concentrate on being in that condition to where I got to go, this is a major stunt here. This one could really, really hurt if I don't pull this off right, but I got to make sure that I am dead on for that part.
I think it depends on the order that they film the film. If we're filming the acting scenes first and then filming the stunts, and what's the risk other than having enough money to handle the repercussions. I think if it's not something that I can safely learn and confidently to do in the amount of time that I need to show up and be able to do it. So like, for example, if I need to be able to do a backflip and if I have a set tomorrow or a set in 3 weeks, if it's a set tomorrow at this given time, I'd probably need someone else to do that backflip for me. But give me 3 weeks and a deadline, hell yeah, I want to learn to do that. I'm also a very somatic individual. And so if I do not get into the gym or do movement, I will not be able to dive as cognitively as I need to into the characters that I would like to. So if I have a chance to be and embody a character, I would I would rather do that. But if my safety, my my co-performer safeties, or the people on set and then the time are against me, it's that way. Like, great, if they're like, we want you to do this. Who was it? Natalie Portman in Black Swan. She was doing ballet 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours at night. And if they're like, hey, you're going to do this training, if you're going to do it for 6 months, we're going to pay for it, you just have to show up. Hell yes, I'm going to do the free training.
Yep.
But I think she actually paid for her own training, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
same. I agree. Like, yeah, if it's something that's so dangerous, well, I mean, especially depending on the project you're doing. I think if you're doing a studio project, they're not going to let you do it anyway if you just don't have the. I mean, maybe they shouldn't, but they might. They really shouldn't. But yeah, what Sara said pretty much. Like, if it's too dangerous, especially if it's dangerous to the point that it might hurt other people, then it's like, yeah, maybe have a stunt double. But my default, yeah, is like I want to do all this stuff myself, because that just makes it even deeper acting work. That's like the best combination of sort of theater and film to me is if you can do like, okay, we're shooting in a way that I get to get fully into character, and at the same time, a part of that is I have to do, because you don't have a stunt double in theater, but you're also not doing a bunch of crazy stunts in theater. But still, you're doing some stuff. I'm doing a play right now, and there's like a slap and there's like a hit scene. Nothing crazy, but it's something. They couldn't just get another actor. So to me, if you're able to do your own stunts, then it just lets you be into that character even more, especially depending on what kind of stunt you're doing. I prefer fighting in car stuff myself. That's my preference. So if I'm doing something like that, you also get to act while you're doing the stunt, which makes it even better. So like, that's why it's so coveted to have an actor that can do both, because then you're like, oh, I can actually bring emotion and whatnot and story into this stunt sequence, especially if it's like a fighting sequence, let's say, versus somebody who's just a stunt person. Maybe somebody who's super seasoned, they might, have some little bit of acting that they can throw in there. But most of the time, it's just like, look, you tell me to stunt, I'm gonna do the stunt, But if you can do it yourself, that also opens up the possibility for other shots that they can do. Because if you don't have a mask on, like if you're not playing Spider-Man or something, then they can only get so close to you or only shoot you in certain, angles, because they're like, that's not Tom Cruise, But if you know how to do the stuff yourself, then they could be like right here with you, or like maybe he starts on a Y and you're doing a little hand exchange and then he gets punched, but it's continuous. And so then they, you know what I mean? And they can start to see in the Ninja Kill Face versus Frank Burnett thing we did or whatever, which is follow up to the next. We shot it mostly continuous. I mean, there was cuts, but like we try to make it mostly continuous to the point where it's like by the end, you see me visibly getting tired. Part of that's because we only had 2 days to film, and should have had at least like a couple of days for that thing. So I also would just legitimately like, I'm getting pooped, y'all. I couldn't just be like, let me stop, take a little 30-minute, which is what you're supposed to, normally get a little break here and there. I ain't had no break. I didn't eat the whole time. I was just like,
I had that. Hollis, I had that on Rats. Like, I was going we were like somewhere between 12 and 14 hours we were going, and at one point, I actually got clipped in the face because they didn't switch a prop out. And so as I leaned down to pick up the person, I got hit with like the sight on one of the props, and like cut my eyebrow open, and we had to like stop everything and clean up the actual blood. And one of the people were like, hey, y'all, she hasn't had a break in this many hours, because the actor and her stunt double were swapping in and out, and it was just on set, keep going, da, 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 da. And so
tired.
they were like, you need to sit down, here's some sugar, eat this protein bar, because I was just in it, I'm like, I'm fine, everything's fine, just clean it up, let's go. And she's like, you're sitting down.
Exactly that. So it's like, but that's the fun part too, is you get to, I mean, again, in the proper fully funded set, you get your breaks allocated and whatnot, so you can reach set, and also you have more days. Therefore, you can just be like, let's do this chunk this day, whatever. But even within that, you still get to like again, do some acting, show that you're tired. So if you are tired, I can show that, and then still have your ooh. So yeah, I would most definitely like to just do most, if not all, of my own stunts, which to me is why I just try to, in real life, learn as much as I can, whether it's doing a job, some little part-time job, just to get some partner dancing skills, or that's why I joined the Marines. I'm not patriotic at all. I don't care about none of that. I just wanted to get the skills to be able to be like, I know how to weapons handle. I know some tactical training. I know this and this and this and this, and I can mentally, go to a place that I need to go. But that was purely just for the acting and then to fulfill my nerd side, because most of the vigilantes I know had some kind of military training somehow, But other than that, it's like, learning horseback riding. I don't know that yet. I think, Sara, you know how to horseback ride, right?
No, well, no.
But you would learn if you could, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely would. 100%. Someone wants me. Let's go.
No,
I never do a horse film in my life, but you never know. And then when it's time, it's like, oh, I already got a baseline at the very least. And if it's a big project, they'll pay for extra stuff. But that will help get you cast.
Horses don't like Grim. Nope.
No.
Horses don't like Grim.
Oh, you tried it? You ridden horse? You don't like?
I rode a horse
horses.
one time. The horse said he wanted to go over the fence. I said, I don't want to go over the fence. So he said, I'll go this way. You go this way.
Oh.
He said, goodbye. I'm going over the fence.
I hit the ground, and the next thing I know, I took a horse hoof right into the shoulder, and I went,
oh no!
There is no more horse. No.
Oh.
No more horse.
I got up. This thing kind of had to smile, and I went, I've never hit an animal, but I am seriously contemplating
I
it.
bet.
No, I don't do
that.
horses.
You like horses, Mr. Nast?
I've been around them, but I've never been on one personally. My aunt out in Colorado owns 5 of them, so I have been around them. And for some reason, they feel the sense of calmness I bring. So they're like up on my shoulders and all that stuff. They let me feed them. So,
but
no, I've not ridden one.
You don't have my share, sir. No.
You just gotta go with Grim next time, and then his calmness will offset the horse.
There you go.
Just have Mr. Nass lead the horse.
Yeah.
But before we let them go, I'm pulling this up one more time. We are starting a hashtag on the show, Hollis for Bleed.
Let's go!
Let's get it.
Get it started, baby.
I will put that on all the Basement Show posts from here on out, Hollis for Bleed.
Thanks, man. Hey,
you guys have a chance to
let's get it going.
Yeah, get them out to Jersey for that Monster
Yeah,
Mania.
when you guys come out to Jersey for Monster Mania. If
when's that?
Yeah, when is Monster
Mania?
Mania?
One is coming up with
next
weekend, but they are normally about every couple months.
Okay.
And I told Josh that I would reach out to the gentleman who actually sets it all up, and to see if you guys could bring the Relic Dragon out here and maybe bring some of your cast and crew with you, and you guys could come out, and we'll see if we can get that going out here.
Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun.
And it is usually pretty big. Like this one, what do they've got? They've got
Robert Englund. Work Davis is going to be there next weekend. A whole bunch of people.
Damn.
They've had, as I was telling Josh, they've had Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. They've had the Sons of Anarchy crew. They had Matthew Laylard and some of the Scream crew. Yeah, Charlie told me I'm pretty and said I can go home with him. That would have been that was
without the 99 cents.
Oh no, that was the little one, my 7-year-old daughter. That was her. That was the last thing that we did with them before, as Hollis knows, we had talked about it. And as I always, every night before my shows, that is a picture of them, the last picture of them out at Monster Mania with Chainsaw Man.
Wow.
So every night before my shows, that picture gets a kiss to each of them. And that's it, because they sit with me on the shows. Like today they kind of knew I needed them there, and they song came on the radio that they were huge to, and I'm like, all right guys, you're here, let's do this.
That's nice, man. They're here in spirit, most definitely.
That is true.
I don't read pointing to things. Use your words.
I know no words.
My partner tells me that too. He goes, "You can use your words, you know."
I
I
don't.
am not a mind reader.
You've been with me for 20 years. You know everything that's on my mind, and usually it's nothing but trouble.
Yeah, you guys call Grim on a good night. He's usually the antagonist of the show.
Not a lot. Join on a normal Thursday night. Better yet, join this Thursday night. Come watch and see what happens.
Oh my goodness, send me the link. Let's go.
I will send you the link. Like I said, on normal nights, we had already said that Grim had to behave tonight.
Tonight and tomorrow night. We still got one more night of this, sir.
Yes, I have one more night to behave. Thursday, all bets are off, man.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
You're like, I've been pent up for days.
Pretty much.
If you ever watch at times, you will see videos that I put up and stuff. It is us going to like Walmart. Don't go shopping with me.
Let's see. We've thrown cases of eggs.
Cases of eggs, cases of diapers.
You and Johnny had a bubble wrap sparring match.
Bubble wrap war. I threw a
Medical toy.
clipboard at you. Yeah.
You go bowling with cans.
Go bowling.
You ever gone in where you like take the boxes and you make yourself a little den?
Oh yeah, and that was GameStop. Yeah, I am definitely a horrible human being.
That just sounds like you're still in touch with play.
Look, I am the oldest 2-year-old you will ever know.
Hey, that's how you stay young right there.
A 2-year-old with gray hair. Oh, God.
That is true.
Married
Great.
somebody 14 years and a half.
Yes, you're 14 and a half years younger, and you don't care as long as I don't tattoo my face.
There you go.
Hey, at least you got those expectations clear on both sides.
I told Josh what I did last night, and he was just shocked because I actually took the Relic coin and I have it tattooed.
Wow.
I did that on Sunday, sitting laying on the couch. I just sat and started putting it in, and then I couldn't stop. And last night I decided I wanted to tattoo my leg a little more.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Hey, I'm down with it, man. That's dedication. Hell yeah. We need that from all. Hey, everybody that's in the Relic Dragon, get it tattooed.
Are we gonna go get matching tattoos?
We could. I don't have one, so that could be my first.
I don't have any tattoos neither. He's trying to get me one. But...
An Ouroboros? I mean,
that the tattoos.
I'd be down. It'd be a good like shoulder.
Little shoulder something.
Little shoulder tattoo.
I was able to get everything except for the coloring done because by that point it was just so bitey.
Bro, your pain tolerance is awesome.
So yeah, I have it all.
That was me with this nose piercing. I just kept getting cast with a septum piercing, and last year I was like, I need needle therapy.
I have it right there.
Nice.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes.
It'll turn out great.
I'm so excited.
That's to commemorate my my 20 years of doing this.
Wow.
Dude, it's an honor to be a part of your 20 years, especially with tattoo. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, Mr. Carr, I told you how to fix that. Yeah, I got a little too deep into that one, sir. I was like, yeah, no more today. I'll let that heal up. No more.
Oh, let's go.
But
that would be fun.
Thank you both very much for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. We would love to have you guys back again because, again, there is so much more, as we said to Josh, that we could get into.
I'd love it.
So very, very quick.
Yeah, that was super quick. It was like, already?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're
almost 90 minutes in. We're doing great.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No, most definitely. Any clips or I don't know how you guys like to distribute your stuff, but anything you got, especially if it's on Instagram. Do we have a TikTok, Sarah? We should probably start one. I've been there.
We should probably. I'm so sorry.
I might just start one and be like, hey, look, we got a TikTok.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. ask Josh. No.
Yeah, ask
Yes.
him.
Ask
Yeah,
Josh. See who's running the Instagram. See what email they're using. Make sure that email starts the TikTok so we can
Yeah,
link them on the back end with Meta. Okay. There.
something.
Yeah, because I think
I was like, don't make it yet.
But we need a TikTok as well.
But
I
yes,
don't
no, we
even use
do. We
TikTok
should
that
be.
much
We should.
myself, but I
I
understand.
agree.
because I
And
know
if
I
we connect them, whoever's posting on Instagram would also just be able to automatically put it up to the TikTok.
Yeah, but for sure, yeah, Instagram, I'll repost whatever you guys.
if
put
you
out.
guys have anything that you want us to put out as well, send it to one of us.
Oh, thank
please.
you.
Oh, appreciate
Not a
it.
problem. We greatly appreciate the time. Everybody, Sarah Jack, Hollis L. Edwards III, give it up for them, please. Thank you guys very, very much for coming and spending some time with us. And we look forward to getting to talk to you guys again soon.
Yep. Remember, Hollis for Blade.
Yay!
Yes, House for Blade. Thanks
That's
for
on your
hey,
Hollis for Blaine.
thanks for the grim. I appreciate it, y'all. Y'all was wonderful.
You get
for having
you get that Hollis and produce the Cassandra Kane, please.
Yes, there
No
you
offense. The Cassandra Kane and Birds of Prey was
go. She was all right.
We could just start our own movie, Blade and
I think the actress did great. I think they wrote the character
There you go.
not in alignment
Bring
with
two universes
comic.
together. Blade and Cassandra Cage meet as one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to Feige and freaking Gunn, and we'll get it popping.
Let's go.
And then maybe they can come talk to us when we finally get our movie done. The movie we've been talking about for 3 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
Home
hell
Alone,
yeah.
Grim, and then the Christopher Atlantic, the Basement Show. I mean,
Yes, Home Alone with Reverend Grimm.
That's
Let's do it. Let's do it.
do it.
The trailer is absolutely, definitely like piss your pants worthy.
That's
I don't
funny.
even do anymore.
Send it.
Yeah, I'll get it to Grim. I'll send it to you. I mean,
Yes, I'll send it out to you guys. But again, thank you very much for all of your time.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it. Again, everybody, please, to Sarah Jack, Mr. Hollis L. Edwards III, give it up for them. Guys, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Definitely. And we will talk soon. And I'll send you guys a message. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you
Thank you
again,
so
guys.
much. Have a good night.
Awesome.
Amazing. Amazing.
Absolutely awesome.
That was. I mean, so down to earth people. I mean, just hearing stories. We're gonna get Hollis at Blade. We're gonna get him on Blade.
Yes, we're going to get him on Blade. That is true. And we will get hers going too. But we'll
Yes.
definitely get him going on Blade. So what I am doing real quick, sir, while you are talking, I am going into the email file.
Yeah, like I said, and like you said, also we're gonna talk to what was his name, Dave from Monster Man. We're gonna get them out to Jersey.
Yes, I'm going to talk to Dave Hagan and see if we can. I will send him out a message tomorrow.
That will be one that we go to for sure. Meet them in person. I mean, that'd be great. Hollis was checking his comments on YouTube, but of course, we appreciate you. I'll have a good night. I mean, for some reason, whenever you're in studio, they come up on YouTube. So
I am going through this. I don't
you're
know.
looking,
I'm
you're looking for the
pulling
actual
up,
trailer, right?
I'm pulling up a movie trailer.
Okay. Well, let's go with that.
I'm just seeing which one because I know there is one that is like 2 minutes long.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to play the full thing or not.
I mean, that's why I'm looking at it real quick.
Hey, Jesse's here. Don't forget to follow the Rogue Universe on Instagram. Hello, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for setting this up.
Yes, thank you, sir. We greatly appreciate that. All right, so I am pulling up. This is 1 minute and 23. I just want to, because I want to be safe with this.
Yep, and I was going to say run the banner.
Yes, and I will go in and I'm going to bring the screen up. So everybody, don't go anywhere. This is a trailer from the Relic Dragon. So let's bring this up.
Jesse says we killed it. I mean,
And we will be back in 1 second. Oh, we're not even going to be taken off screen. That's even better.
Yep.
Here we go.
Make sure the audio is on.
Yeah, I got to do that.
I just realized something.
I had muted it so my microphone didn't pick it up while I was scanning it. That looks familiar.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
I mean, if that doesn't give you a little jump scare at what 10:30 at night, I don't know what the hell will.
That is awesome. Let's see here. Thank you, Jesse. Greatly appreciate that. Everybody, right here. Right here.
The Relic Universe on Instagram.
And also make sure you go over and check out Cinedunk.
Yes.
You'll find it on Facebook. Check it out. Tell Jesse we sent you over. Again, thanks to Jesse for getting us set up with us. It was absolutely amazing. We might as well run this on the bottom here real quick because,
For that outro, yeah.
yeah, again, I want to be safe on the outro just because we know sometimes Facebook can be a little meh. Everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. Tonight was just night one.
Yeah, night 2 tomorrow night. We got 4 more guests tomorrow.
Yes. We have
Taro Beanie, Richard Jones, the first hour.
Yep.
And then Michael Fisher and producer Matt Valletta. I think that's how you pronounce the thing. He'll be on the
great show
second hour.
tonight, Donnie and Grimm. Thank you, Troy. Greatly appreciate that. Everybody, please, again, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for asking questions.
Appreciate
I mean, some of the questions were great too. I mean, we had so many people in chat tonight. I mean,
And like I said, I know that we slotted an hour, but there is so much more we can get into for than just just an hour. But Josh and Sara and Hollis, absolutely amazing people.
oh,
Please,
yeah.
everybody, in the process, you are going to put up that the Relic Universe, correct?
Yes, I will link up the Relic Universe on the Basement Show.
So we are 2 hours and 43 minutes.
It doesn't even feel that long. I mean, I had such a great time tonight. But
Yeah,
I mean,
tonight-
we do all the comments out loud like we normally do, but we do thank everybody for sending them, especially the questions. I mean, it was nice actually having them be able to read the comments. I mean, it's just all around great. And like Grim said, we still have one more night.
Yeah, we've got a like from Troy. We got love from John, Jackie, Cora, Jonathan, AC, Jessica, Gwen, Jesse, and one more.
Mr. Farley.
Mr. Farley. And then Ari gave us a care. Thank you. Happy I made it. Great show tonight, guys.
And wonderful guys. They were
Thank you.
absolutely so down to earth people. I mean,
And again, as we say, you guys are what make these shows happen.
absolutely.
Here
Fantastic.
you go.
And our new favorite word. We'll have to get a trademark from Hollis so we don't get in trouble for that one.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to actually get a recording and put it in the studio of Hollis saying that.
That would be hysterical.
That would be a riot.
I'm sure you would do it too.
So now tomorrow night we will be starting again about 10 minutes early. Again, this is us getting in, getting the show going, let everybody get in, let everybody get settled down. So this way we can bring the guests on at 8 o'clock. We're not just firing off the start and, just having everybody jump right in. Gives everybody a chance to ease in a little bit, make sure everything's working properly. So, sir, anything from you?
Just appreciate everybody. I mean, again, sorry that we didn't read every single comment, but just having you guys here with us was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Hollis. Thank you, Sara, for your time. Much appreciated. And I can't wait to have one more guest tomorrow night for night 2. I mean, I was nervous at the game, and now I'm amped up and could do another 2-hour show. Let's go. I mean, just absolutely amazing.
Everybody, thank you very, very much. You know that we love all you guys, and we greatly appreciate everything we do. You guys make these shows go around. A special thanks to Mr. Josh Logan, writer, director, producer. Special thanks to actress Miss Sara Jack, and a special thanks to actor Mr. Hollis L. Edwards III.
Yep.
Which is, again,
what the?
Where is it?
Always the bottom.
I found it right there. Everybody, share that. Hollis for Blade.
Sara for Cassandra Cain.
There you go. We're going to get it going. We'll talk to people. We'll get this.
Yeah, we're gonna be a acting agency. We're gonna help people out. But just awesome. I just can't thank you guys enough. I mean, I'm blown away.
Definitely can't thank you guys enough. Unfortunately, we are going to have to cut the show because we know that Grim is. You've seen she brought the blanket over. I have the blanket in my back right now. Grim is dying in the chair.
But you made it survive. I mean, we're gonna, like they said, just do some drugs or something before the show. You won't feel a thing.
Well, I mean, Sarah's giving me some ideas. Now I'm gonna, smoke some and do the zombie apocalypse. I mean, now I'm gonna be outside going.
I was gonna say, you gotta be like Hollis, up waiting the camera. They were a riot.
You heard Miss Grimm. If I'm doing shots, I'm going home with them.
Yeah?
Is she always trying to get rid of me?
I don't know. Could you imagine actually doing something like this at a round table podcast? And all of us just being together? The laughter would be so uncontrollable. It'd be nuts.
Oh my God, that would be a riot. 2 hours, 48 minutes. We might as well get ourselves another, just a minute and 30 seconds here. So this way we got an easy 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Oh, so you're just dragging out the show now. You're like me. You don't want to end it. You're ready for round 2.
No, unfortunately, tomorrow I have to. Grim has to behave. Grim won't be Grim tomorrow. Grim will be Alan tomorrow.
Yep. You have a busy day ahead of you tomorrow.
But everybody, Mr. Nast, any final words? You want me to do my final words first?
No, I'll just say thank you again. I mean, the 2 words I'm going to say a lot. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Miss Graham, for your commentary in the back room, too.
Thank you, Miss Graham. Everybody, thank you very much. Can't say thank you enough. We greatly appreciate it. We hope you will all join us again tomorrow night at 7:50 for the Relic Dragon interviews night 2. And we will have 2 people on at 8 to 9.
Yeah, 8 to 9.
2 people on from 9 to 10. Till next time, thank you, everybody. Yes, thank you, everybody. You know what? I got to do it. I still got to close it out the normal way. I can't get around it. Everybody, don't take any shit.
There you go.
don't take any shit. We won't go any further, but don't take any shit. Stay
Do it.
safe. Stay healthy. Remember, we all love you guys. Thank you very much for making it a huge night for myself and Mr. Nast. It's a round of applause to all you guys. And, sir, I will let you take us out. Make sure you watch the end because there is going to be stuff at the end of this clip, at the closeout. Make sure you watch it all the way to the end.
All right. Bye.
Tomorrow night. Deuces.
7:50, same time, same place, same universe. Adios. Bye.
Deuces.